SacramentoKings.com. Hey, Sacramento homeowners, imagine the coolest, most comfortable summer in 30 years, leaving air conditioning giants drowning in overstock. That's your golden ticket to massive savings right now at Sierra Pacific. We've forged powerhouse partnerships with the world's top manufacturers. They trust us for flawless installations, unbeatable service, and our massive reach across Sacramento to move their inventory fast. In return, exclusive, jaw-dropping discounts just for you. Upgrade your home with premium systems at rock-bottom prices, installed by the region's elite craftsmen, and backed by ironclad warranties and legendary support. Plus, snag huge tax credits and SMUD rebates to slash costs even further. This inventory clearing bonanza won't last. Seize it today. Call Sierra Pacific for your free in-home consultation and discover the perfect system for your ultimate comfort. Dial 916-638-0543 now or head to SierraPacificHome.com. Don't miss out. Your cooler, cozier home awaits.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air. The guys in the big red trucks.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. One of the cool sidebar stories to the A's Hall of Fame induction ceremony before the A's play the Reds on September 13th will be the appearance of Reds manager Tito Francona. Francona was the A's bench coach back in 2003 when inductees Hudson, Mulder, and Zito led the A's to the postseason.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake.
Hey, is it good to be back or what? Notice I didn't say it's good to be back. I asked it in a question as if to say, as if to imply that it's good to be back without saying that it is. But of course it is. Great to be back with you. No Kyle Draper for the foreseeable here. He's on a long trip. So Whitey and Jay today. Jay, I've missed you terribly. It's good to be back here. And I know that, are you on the, I wanted to ask Jay about something he was doing this weekend. I just went down to Los Angeles, saw my brother for a few days, a brother who has just recently received a pretty serious diagnosis, and he's doing great. He's doing about as well as he could do, so that was great. Then Shinya and I, on the way back up the coast, we stopped in Cambria by the sea for a few days, so just very relaxing. But Jay, I know you were at the Grand Folsom football game this weekend, right?
Yeah, I checked them out Saturday, absolutely. You know, like I said, we finesse our way through the community. Beautiful. Just, good game in this fact. Not so much on the scoreboard. First half, end of the first half, it kind of got a little loose, but they, Folsom took over in the third quarter. I'm seeing a lot of, and it's interesting because I figured we'd have this conversation, but I've seen a lot of talk on social network about undisciplined as far as Grant and, being a little dirty. And, I saw Mr. Bandy, Savion Bandy, come out and tweet something. He's on the Grant Pacers. And I'll just say this. For the whole grand scheme of things, it was great for Sacramento.
you had a good portion of the nation's football eyeballs on Sacramento.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And even if you weren't able to get out there physically, as you said, we're talking about television, and so many people that I've talked to, had good viewership on television and really enjoyed the fact that Sacramento area was put on ESPN. There were just 2 or 3 things I just didn't feel like. And look, I've been a part of big broadcasts. I've been a part of small broadcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the 4-letter network, when they come in, they take over. I totally get it. They've paid, they're paying something to get all their travel crew and, their workers to come out. But man, it took away a little bit from the feel of high school football.
Oh, really?
Because it was on a grander scheme, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, just some pet peeves that I have that, you go to a football game, and you've been to many high school football games on Whitey. Yeah, you go to high school football games, and there's something about the feel.
Right.
I thought it was taken away a little bit by the fact that ESPN was there, and not as far as things that people could see, but just inside the stadium. But for what it's worth, hey, shouts out to a 4-letter coming out and putting on Grant and Folsom. It didn't really pan out to be a close game, obviously. Rider Lions, 4-star, 5-star, all that jazz, playing against a brand new quarterback in Grant. So it just didn't pan out.
Well, I know John Middlecoff, who I think went to Davis, and he went on to become an NFL scout. Then he got into media, and now you see him on Colin Cowherd on a lot of podcasts. He's really become a very popular football analyst, and he's not a talking head. He's more gets into the nuts and bolts of it. But he was in Hawaii over the weekend, and he was on X. He was posting about that game, and he was talking about don't sleep on the 916 for high school football. So it's just nice to see Sacramento get that much attention. Speaking of the weekend and football, Jay, I have a question for you. Whatever happened to that drama-free 49er offseason? Remember that? I know I was once saying,
think we got some drama?
Yeah, we got drama.
Really?
You got Juwan Jennings now. Is he hurt? Shanahan says, with a calf, you never know. You got Juwan Jennings on social media suggesting you picked the wrong guy. If you think you're going to get away with this, then you got, oh my goodness, you got Jake Moody missing an extra point and then kicking the ball out of bounds. And you got the coaches on the sideline. You can see how upset they are. And afterwards, you got Kyle Shanahan saying, he's been good this offseason. I think we'll be fine. What is going on, Jay? All of a sudden, you got no receivers. You got all these injuries. I'm getting a little nervous about this season. I thought all these things were behind the 49ers.
Yeah, I think you panicked, brother. I think you've been away from the mic a little too long, and you probably weren't eyeballing as much as you needed to be, and for good reason. If I was on vacation, I normally check out. I check the boxes, and I check out when it comes to sports. I think you panicked a little bit, big time. I don't see that much drama from the 49ers. Nah, why? I mean,
did you see what he posted?
Yeah, but I mean, let's keep it thorough. Let's keep it thorough and real. Juwan Jennings is a number 3 wide receiver. I'm not panicked at the fact that my number 3 wide receiver is having some problems. He's a number 1 because our number 1 is hurt. Right. He's a number 1 because our rookie, we don't know what he's coming from.
That's right.
Well, listen, guess what? Guess who you just paid this offseason? It's called Brock Purdy. Guess who you got in the backfield? It's called CMC. Guess who you got at tight end? It's called George Kittle. How about y'all pick up the slack? That's where we at. It's time to start pointing some fingers at some people. If we're sitting here worried about our number 3 wide receiver, talking about they're not going to play, then we might as well check out already.
I'm worried about the fact that you've got a guy that you need right now, and there's some disagreement over what's going on. Is it a holdout again? I thought we were beyond that. The other thing is Jake Moody. Tell me I shouldn't be worried about Jake Moody, Jake.
Well, you should be worried. What's different? What would have made you change not to be worried about Jake Moody coming into the season? That was one of the situations that needed to be smoothened out.
Did they smooth it out?
No.
And they had another kicker in, and then early on they had so many injuries. Well, Joseph, we're going to let him go, and then Jake Moody's got the job, and then you've got drama again with it. You can't even kick the ball in bounds.
Yeah, I guess your drama and my drama a little different because this is something that I expected. I think if you talk to every 49er fan coming into the season, most people would say if Jake Moody is going to be your starting kicker, then it's going to be drama filled anyway. Right. It's already going to be natural. This is organic. So this ain't nothing that we're not expecting.
they didn't do anything about it is the thing.
Well, I
Shanahan
think
again is running it back.
Hey, listen.
Hopefully he's okay.
But I get, again, I look at it in the form of this is to be expected. Drama to me is when you have Brandon Ayuk is like, oh, I'm doing this. Drama to me is when CMC is Achilles tendonitis and we don't know if he's going to play. Well, he's going to play. Then he's not going to play. Then he's going to play in week 4. Then he doesn't play. Then he's going to play in week 6. Like, that's dragging something on. The Juwan Jennings things we've already understood. And again, I get the part of this. He is an important wide receiver right now.
Right.
No doubt about it. And he's going to be important for the rest of the season. No doubt about it. He is a fan favorite. No doubt about it. But I'm not going to sit up here and cry about a number 3 wide receiver holding out for $7 million. That's to be expected.
But as you said, he's your number 1 receiver.
Allegedly.
Because you got so many problems at wideout and
injuries. You have injuries.
Yes.
And unknowns.
Yes. So you got arguably your best. I think we can agree he might be their best receiver right now, and he doesn't want to play. That's not good.
Yeah, well,
I
guess the 49ers have made me numb to the situation. Maybe I'll go that way because I expected Jake Moody's situation because anytime he does anything wrong, people are going to flail. They're going to throw their hands in the air. Even if he does anything right, which we saw last week or 2 weeks ago when he won, kicked the game-winning field goal, people were like, yeah, but until Jake Moody either goes 30 for 30 in the whole season or he is released, Jake Moody's situation going to be drama-filled anyway because 49er fans are spoiled. We're understood that Robbie Gould was there, and he was pretty much automatic. So it's not I guess my drama would be unforeseen drama. We knew Jake Moody was drama since they drafted him.
Well, like you said, after he made the 59-yarder to beat the Raiders, there was a lot of hope that, all right, I think he's found it. He was hurt last year. Hey, that's a great confidence booster for him. He should be good. And he comes out and misses an extra point and kicks the ball out of bounds on a kickoff. So there is, I think, concern. Yes, there was some concern expected, but a lot of people thought, oh, wow, the way he kicked against the Raiders, don't have to worry about it. So I think it's a concern going forward. Kyle Shanahan is, as Kyle Shanahan tends to do, kind of stubbornly like, nope, we're sticking with it. It should be fine. Same thing with the offensive line, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't look great. We're going to stick with it.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, to him.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll be
Special
fine.
teams, you can throw that in there too.
How about this? We had news. Yes.
To
definitely.
be expected.
Yeah. Breaking news this afternoon. It actually broke during Alan and Kyle's show. Jacoby Myers is requesting a trade out of Las Vegas.
Yeah. Now that's drama. See, to me, that's drama. That's unexpected. That's I'm pretty sure the Raiders knew or his agent or team or something, but that's drama. It's like, oh, all of a sudden on a Monday, August, 25th? What's today? 25th?
Yeah.
All of a sudden the law firm Jacoby Myers is like, I want out. We knew Jennings has been crying for the last 2 months.
Right.
We knew Jake Moody was shaky as a leaf in the wind for the last 2 years.
But
we're so drama-filled about that.
The drama is when it comes to Jennings, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, let me tell you something. He'll be on the field. You want to bet anything? I bet you he won't pass up that money.
Really?
Yes. Guaranteed. He can say everything he want to say. I bet you he'll be suiting up for the 49ers very, very soon.
Yeah. That's apparently what the 49ers feel as well.
Right.
But how about this? Jacoby Myers available. Michael Silver wrote this last year when the 49ers were trying to figure out how to handle the Ayuk situation. I've since learned from sources inside and outside the building, the 49ers contacted numerous other teams in attempts to land a replacement for Ayuk. For example, the Raiders, who are believed to be receptive to stockpiling picks in anticipation of positioning themselves to draft a quarterback next spring, we've already been through that. They were approached about dealing starting receiver Jacoby Myers. The Raiders rebuffed the 49ers overtures for the 6th-year veteran who caught 71 passes in 2023. The 49ers a year ago had interest in Jacoby Myers. Let's get something done, Jay.
Well, according to Diana Rossini last week, I don't know if you saw it, the 49ers have been on the telephone, cell phone, pager, pigeon message, pigeon carrier, and sending smoke signals to everybody about trying to obtain a wide receiver. So it's nothing, doesn't surprise me. Jacoby Myers is a possession type of guy. He is the type of guy that is sure-handed to the best of our knowledge, right? He's played with pretty much no decent quarterback. I think most people would probably have that conversation. So I could see it. Maybe they'll revisit. But when a player pops out on a Monday, a couple weeks before the season, and says, "Yeah, I want to be traded," that's what I'm paying attention to. I'm not paying attention to something that we've known for 3 months and call it drama. That's just not for me.
By the way, Terry McLaurin came to an agreement with Washington.
Got that money.
So
that drama. Now that drama's over, right?
Yes. This is from John Breach, CBSSports.com. Don't know John Breach?
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
Okay, thank you. Jacoby Myers landing spots 4 NFL teams that should try to make a trade for Jacoby Myers. He has the Patriots, he has the Steelers, he has the Vikings, and the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, all the teams that Diana Rossini, and she had at the Jets, if I'm not mistaken, last week, all the teams that have been searching, hunting, and pecking for a wide receiver. They're not okay with their wide receiver core heading into the season in a few weeks. So it sounds like wide receiver is going to be one of those positions that, and we saw with Sky Moore, we saw with Brian Robinson Jr. When it comes to the 49ers, they're going to be scouring the waiver wire to see if anything makes sense, and doesn't sound like they're going to be alone as well.
Right. What's really encouraging from the 49ers standpoint when it comes to the waiver wire, they sucked last year.
Yes.
So when it comes to the order, they're higher up.
Right.
There's only, I think they're 11th, whereas before, they were way down. They'd be like 30th.
Correct.
So and let's see, the Jets, as you mentioned, the Jets are a team that apparently is also looking for help at wide receiver. They would get a crack at guys on the waiver wire before the 49ers would. But they're in much better shape in that regard than they used to be. Juwan Jennings, by the way, and I don't know how the salaries work out. It's not as simple as just bring in Jacoby Myers. Jennings, as we know, is in the last year of his contract, paying him a base salary of just $1.17 million. And Jacoby Myers, their contracts are roughly equal, but in terms of the year by year, I don't know that they are. So I don't know if they could work that out. But bring in a guy like Jacoby Myers, who maybe extend him, maybe he wants to be here. The Juwan Jennings thing, Jay, I know what you're saying. We've been dealing with this for a while. It would be nice to have people on the same page for the 49ers moving ahead. These holdouts every single year, it takes a toll on you, at least as a fan. And I'm sure it does on Kyle Shanahan too, although a lot of it is his doing.
No, I can definitely understand that part of it. Now, that much I agree with you. As a 49er fan and, part of the faithful, I think we're conditioned. And that's, for me, that's where I'm like, a lot of this is kind of expected. I think if you're part of the Cowboy Nation, if you're part of the faithful when it comes to the 49ers, if you're an Aaron Rodgers fan, if you look at the Jets, the Giants, there are certain teams who just kind of operate in the gray area for whatever reason that is.
Yeah.
In the offseason, the 49ers have become part of that. And, it's kind of almost one of those things, and that's why I use the word condition, Whitey, is football injuries happen. We know that. We understand as the faithful, the 49er fan base, for whatever reason, you're gonna encounter way more injuries than other teams probably, or at least it feels that way.
Sure does.
And so
not just once in a while.
It feels like every year.
Yeah.
100%. So when you really sit down and look at the Juwan Jennings situation, it's just another microcosm of who the 49ers is. And it feels like over the last, 1, 2, Debo, Bosa last year. So there'd be 4 years in a row. And you mix in a used check a little bit, because remember, they let him go. He came back. CMC got re-up pretty quick. Jimmy G, Brock Purdy. So maybe the last 5 years, Trey Lance mixed in there too. Maybe last 5-6 years, the 49ers have been used to off-season situations, encounters, injuries, things like that, contract holdouts. That's why, like I said, maybe I'm just numb. I'm just numb to the point. And the Jake Moody thing, the moment they drafted him in the 3rd round, and I just go back to last year, the Cleveland Browns miss, and even the year before that, the Robbie Gold and transition to Jack.
That Cleveland miss, that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, excuse me, 2 years ago. Once that happened, it's like, oh yeah, well, he will forever, until he kicks a game winner or something that really matters in the microcosm of a 49er, fandom, he's forever going to be slighted upon because of who he followed.
Mm-hmm.
When you follow the man, it's hard to replace him. People just don't care for him. He could literally walk out, kick an NFC Championship game winner, and he misses something in the Super Bowl, and people are like, see, I told you.
So is that why Debo was telling him to lock in?
Absolutely. Probably one of the reasons why. Probably.
I think you're giving him a little too much credit. And I've always been a big Money Moody guy. I can't even call him Money Moody anymore.
No.
He's money's like Monopoly money, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Fool's gold.
Monopoly Money Moody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But how am I giving him too much credit?
Well, when you say, oh, people just are down on him because he's not as good as Robbie Gould, I know there's a lot to that, but also he's been wildly inconsistent. Take Robbie Gould and his machine-like precision out of it, and I think people, no matter who the previous kicker had been, would be frustrated by Jake Moody's inconsistencies. Now, last year he was hurt. He had a high ankle sprain as a kicker. Obviously, that's going to take a toll on your effectiveness. But it was just frustrating to me to hear Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, and make no mistake, when a push comes to shove, it's Kyle Shanahan making the decisions.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, and I'm not saying John Lynch just doesn't have any say, but final say is up to Kyle Shanahan. That's just the way it's set up. When he came out and they said, oh, we're going to bring in, Greg Joseph, get some competition for Jake Moody. All right, let's see how he responds to that. And then what? I think it was Matt Barrows, and we talked to Vic Tafer on the show about it too. A lot of people said, it may come down to how they kick in the preseason.
Yeah.
Then before the preseason starts,
they didn't even get
Joseph's
Joseph.
gone.
Yeah, they didn't even get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But
so
where's the credit to Jake Moody in that?
The credit, you're giving him too much credit when you say people are comparing him only to Robbie Gould, and that's why they're upset with him. It's not just take Robbie Gould out of it. People are upset with him because he's so inconsistent.
Well, I think that's part of it. I would also venture to say because he was drafted higher and teams don't, minus him and Sebastian Janikowski and, kickers are found off free agency. They're rarely drafted. And if they are, it's 6th, 7th round, the back end of the draft.
Right.
So I think that plays a part in it. It's a la Brock Purdy. Like Brock Purdy will never get the love he deserves until he wins 2 or 3 Super Bowls. Even if he wins one, I truly believe most people will say, it's the people around him. And
100%.
so it's vice versa what Jake Moody is. Now, don't get me wrong. He's a 76% field goal kicker in his career. That's not saying a lot. But I'm also saying the comparisons of who preceded him on top of the fact that he was drafted in the 3rd round tells me that most people expect a higher, they expect for him to be at a higher level. And since he is not, now you bring into the fact of the staunchness of who Kyle Shanahan is, the staunchness of John Lynch, whatever, not pulling card or pulling rank to say, okay, this guy is gone. The staunchness of the 49ers to say, well, you know what? We were going to bring in another kicker, but we chose not to have the competition as the way we laid out.
Right.
A lot of that is not Jake Moody. That's what I'm saying to the fact of it. I'm not defending who he is because he's not a great kicker. No doubt about it. Coming out of Michigan, he was, touted as one of the best to ever do it. But point blank period, 76% ain't going to get it done.
No, it just seems to me that Kyle Shanahan maybe it's because he picked him so high. Maybe he doesn't want to suffer that embarrassment of moving on from a kicker that he spent such a high pick on. But he's just, Jake will be all right. Maybe he's right. You know what?
Yeah,
maybe you're right.
Know.
Maybe there's really no drama here. He's going to be fine. But it was a little disconcerting to see him after winning the game against the Raiders, then come back and have another game that was shaky, And he also struggled last week in practice, which I only know because I read
Right.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that all contributes to it. It's, he just, you never know which one. It's almost like there's the evil Jake Moody and there's the good Jake Moody,
True.
And you don't know which one
Very
you're going
true.
to get. And
I hear you.
if you're going to, try to get in the playoffs again this year, some of those kicks, as we know, are very important. 49ers lost a lot of close games last year. And I'm not saying that Jake Moody would have been the difference maker in many of them, if even any of them. But it's important. So you're going into the season with, let's face it, a big question mark at kicker.
Yeah.
And because Kyle Shanahan decided, well, that's what we're doing this year.
Yeah.
All right, good luck, coach.
Yeah. Everything you said, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess not. But I would say on top of that, it was expected. If you didn't expect this, then you were fooling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying is you ever heard the saying, I'd rather know what I'm walking into than be surprised.
Sure.
My mom used to tell me that all the time. Look, you get in trouble at school, or I need to talk to the coach, I need to talk to the teacher. Let me know what's going on, even if it's your issue, your fault. You made the mistake. I'd rather know what I'm getting ready to walk into than be surprised. We know what's going on with Jake Moody. Where's the drama at? We know this dude ain't that good. So what are we? Oh man, we expected something bigger than man. He's a 76% field goal kicker. He's 10 of 17 from 40. He's 6 of 12 from 50 and beyond. We know he has a problem. I don't see the drama, Whitey.
The drama is that the team keeps suggesting, and Kyle Shanahan keeps suggesting,
oh man,
he's going to get over that.
Well, then y'all need, let me tell the faithful right now. Let me talk to the faithful right now. I love y'all. It's bang, bang, Niner gang since the day I was born, or since the beginning that I can remember sports. We are entering the new season, the 25-26 season, with Jake Moody as our kicker. As Drapes will say, is this my camera? Give me the camera, Jay. Square me up, Jay. We have a kicking issue. If you don't believe that, you're fooling yourself. If you don't believe Jake Moody is a very average kicker, I have news for you. You should have knew that last year, and 2 years ago, you should have known that. Ain't no drama to this, baby. We going to be rocking and rolling. We up and down on the roller coaster when it comes to a kicking situation. It's part of who we are.
Then that's roster malpractice.
But
that's true. If what you say is true, and it may be.
But that ain't on us.
I know
that ain't on us.
But if we're fans, we got to suffer through it.
Yes, we do.
That's what's so frustrating for fans. Like, why is Kyle Shanahan sticking with this guy?
I don't know.
Why?
Now that's the better question.
He shows a little bit of progress. All right, I think we're over the hump. Nope, we're not. He missed the net on a practice kick Saturday.
Yeah, I understand.
He missed the net.
I don't know.
All of it's in his head a little bit.
I think so. I think he has the yips.
He does
for sure.
Sometimes.
And the prayer.
Yeah. They're gone. You okay?
2 years.
I'm good. Nope, they're back. Sorry, my guy. Yeah.
It's to be expected. It's almost one of those things, Whitey. You get up there, let's just say, Niners make it to the 35. You're sitting there like, oh, okay, this is going to be about how much? 52, 53? You're sitting there with your boys or your wife or whoever you're watching the game with. Goes up, kicks it, makes it. Like, oh, thank you.
He's back. He's good.
Got him. See, I don't say that. See, there you go. You stepping over the line. I ain't never said, oh, you know what? Jake Moody's back. No, that's not what I said. It's, oh, thank you. Here we go, baby. We snuck one through the uprights, through the post. Next time, same thing. Make it to the 35.
So you're saying it's basically like a coin flip.
Yes.
Regardless of where he is.
There it is. Yeah. Well, no, 20 to 29, he's perfect. 30 to 39, he's only missed one in his career. It's the 10 for 17 from 40 to 49, and it's the 6 of 12 from 50 and beyond. That's the issue. If he's 39 and yard, 30 and 39 and under, it's money. It's cash creep. It's jackpot. 40, as I said, it's okay.
Heads or tails?
There you go.
Yeah. When we come back, Derek Carr calls out the Browns for not giving Shedeur Sanders a chance to win a game. Derek Carr? We're back with that. Jay and Whitey, Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
The Drive Guys.
But I know you guys missed me, so I was like, I'm coming in.
We're starting to get used to it. I'm not having you, actually.
I mean, I actually felt bad for Jay, too. I'm like, damn, Jay, you got to work with this dude for 4 hours? And I'm like, let me come help Jay. No, I'm messing with you. You know what, though? I missed you the other night.
You can listen to The Drive Guys Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Future Ford.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA3 Weather Center for your Monday, focused on mainly sunny skies and temperatures this afternoon pretty toasty. Highs will peak today in the mid to upper 90s. And if you look off on the eastern horizon or if you're traveling to the Sierra, be prepared for some thunderstorms through 8 o'clock this evening. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's the final days of Summer Closeout 25 at your Future Ford dealers. Get closeout pricing on F-150, Bronco, Explorer, Mach-E, and more. But don't wait. It all ends Monday at Future Ford Lincoln in the Roseville Auto Mall and Future Ford of Sacramento at I-80 in Madison.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo with RVs of Sacramento and the Sled Museum of Science and Curiosity. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
The clock is ticking, and River Cats baseball season is almost over. Catch the final games of the 2025 season with brand new giveaways, prime matchups, and the energy of Sutter Health Park. Whether it's a weekend game with friends or a fun evening out, the River Cats have you covered. Get your tickets at rivercats.com and enjoy the final days of River Cats baseball.
Labor Day is right around the corner, and Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram want to thank the hardworking folks who keep this country running strong. And they're going to do this by taking the work out of you getting the new or used vehicle you want. They do this by offering the best customer service in the business, having the largest selection in Northern California, and offering the lowest prices on Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and America's truck, the Ram. See for yourself online at SacsSuperstore.com why more and more people are making their way to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Hi, Sacramento. It's the No Surprise guys at Bell Brothers Plumbing. Need a water heater or plumbing repair? Call Bell Brothers. Clogged drain? We'll clear it for $67. Plus a free camera inspection, a $250 value. We're fast, on time, and the price we quote is the price you pay. No surprises. Plus, we'll check your plumbing for free. Call Bell Brothers or book at thenosurpriseguys.com.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to the Kings, Swatty and Jay today. We've been talking about the 49ers. I've got the perfect kicker for the 49ers. A perfect kicker.
Robbie Go.
For the 49ers.
Oh, no, he's retired.
We'll get to that in just a second. Before we do, Jay, I have to say something here that I'm hoping is some kind of public service announcement. So today I get in the car, and you know I have the same, very similar cars. In fact, 2 weeks ago, Jay and I were both in here on Saturday doing the card show with Emron. And when I left, Jay was still in here talking to Emron. When I left, I went out in the parking lot, opened the door to my car to get in. That's not my car. It was Jay's car because we have the same make, same model. So anyway, today, Jay, I go to get in my car, and it's been in the driveway for about a week, you know, because I was on vacation.
Yes, sir.
And I noticed down by the rear tire, there's like a thin strand of something.
Okay.
It's like a spider web, and it goes from under the car to the ground, and I'm looking at it, and I know this because we have these spiders near our house, especially when it gets hot. I'm pretty sure it was a black widow spider web.
Ooh,
the black widow spider was probably somewhere under my car or in the wheel well or something.
Yeah.
I've seen that when I'd walk my dog, who's no longer with us, but I would see that sometimes with the neighbors when we'd walk at night, and I would see that by people's cars, and then the Black Widow sitting there. So just be careful.
Yes, be careful.
Yeah.
I had one of the one of the cars that I've had in my garage, been kind of fixing it up and tinkering with it, and have some people come over and mess with the engine, do something, trying to soup it up, as they would say, old school, soup it up, right? And so it was sitting in the garage, and we have a shotgun garage where it's not wide, but it's very long. So you probably get 2-3 cars in there easy. But I always just leave one, right? And so my wife goes, man, when you moving that Xfinity? When I get done with it, why? What's going on? She's like, yeah, I'm not going in the garage anymore.
Oh.
What do you mean? So she's got the Peloton and all that, little workout space and all that jazz in there. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, have you seen what's on the other side of the Xfinity? I'm like, no, nothing. Some tires for another car that I have, I'm working on. She's like, no, I'm just not going outside anymore. She was like, until you take care of that spider problem out there, I'm not going into the garage anymore. Now, my daughter and her are petrified of spiders for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just kill it. Step on it if you have an issue, hopefully. So I go in there and Whitey, and sure enough, it hadn't been, and you know this, like you said, you were gone for a week. I probably hadn't tinkered with it for a couple of weeks, man. Really doing nothing. I took the battery out, put it back in, that type of stuff. And so I open the garage, and I'm sure enough, I see about 2 or 3 spider webs connecting to the car up against the wall. And man, she had said, that's a Black Widow.
Really?
I'm like, baby, that was a daddy long leg. You don't know what's going on. I walk out there, and I mean, nice size sucker.
Yeah.
Out there. I said, oh man. So I smack it. But he was you could see him still, or he or her was still in the middle of the web.
I think it's a she.
She? Okay.
The boys are a little smaller.
Smaller?
And they're kind of brown.
Yes.
The big black ones with the red spot.
Those are young ladies.
Are the ladies.
Yeah. Charlotte's Web, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to take care of her. It's real.
Just gotta be careful.
Yeah. So shots out for the PSA.
Yeah.
We need it.
Yeah. Just be careful. Don't be reaching under your car.
No.
Yeah.
Let's
see if anybody's put a tracker under here. You don't want to be doing
little
that.
GPS action.
Yeah. So just be careful. Yeah. Here's the kicker. I think the 49ers should be, I don't know if you can sign him because he's got college eligibility. It'd be tricky, but have you heard of the story of Hawaii's Kansai Matsuzawa?
I have. I just came across it the last couple of days.
Kansai Matsuzawa. I know the sign man, Nick, he's a big Hawaii. They're both, the Russ are big Hawaii football fans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're big Hawaii football backers. And Kansai Matsuzawa kicked the game-winning 38-yarder to lift Hawaii over Stanford over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. This guy, Kansai Matsuzawa, he played soccer in Japan, and he saw an NFL game like 3 years ago, and he's like, I'd kind of like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So he taught himself to kick by studying clips on YouTube.
YouTube videos.
Yeah. And then he ended up at Hawking College in Ohio. He hit 12
Junior
field
college.
goals with a long of 50. And then Hawaii's like, all right, we'll give you a shot. Transferred to Hawaii in 2023. And then he's 3 for 3. Perfect on 2 PATs, capped by the game winner against Stanford.
Yeah.
A legend is born.
He is born.
Yes.
But I would say, with hesitation, Jake Moody was a hell of a kicker in college.
Mm-hmm.
Be a little careful. But I understand.
So Kansai Matsuzawa, baby.
Well, maybe. You know what I take from that? It's a great story. And I read about it, and it's like, taught itself from a YouTube video. YouTube will teach you anything, right?
Yeah.
YouTube, you could do anything off YouTube at this point. The bigger story for me was, what in the hell has happened to Stanford football?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
They need to check out some YouTube clips.
They do. They need to teach blocking, tackling.
Uh-huh.
I said, man, Hawaii came to the West Coast, and they took care of Stanford. Mm-hmm. Where is David Shaw when you need him?
Yeah.
Feel sorry for the
have
trees.
fallen. That's what you get. You don't leave the Pac-12. Fine.
Yeah.
That's what we got for you. That's what Karma's got for you.
Head to the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they getting ready to get toyed with all year. Huh? Hawaii's beating that tail. Oh, yeah, you might go over.
By the way, real quick here before we move on to Derek Carr, I have a goal this week. We have this on the text line from the 530.
Okay.
This is for Alan. Man, 1140 is going to suck without you, Alan. You're the only show I look forward to now. So I want to try to get some positive comment from that person.
Okay, let's go.
This week.
Let's see.
It's actually not up to us, but
you think it's
Alan's the only show you look forward to. Alan works really hard. I have no problem. Glad you're enjoying Alan and Kyle. They work really hard, but I mean, the only show.
Where the hell's Alan going?
At some point, he's going to be on paternity leave himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they made it as if he was getting the Jake Moody treatment or somebody. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. And it's there's some uncertainty there as far as when's it going to happen.
Just never know. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Baby Styles number 2 is what he calls them, right? Baby Styles.
Yes.
Number 2.
Yes.
They will come when they want to. Absolutely.
And I don't know if you've seen it yet, Jay. He has a really awesome video he posted of his daughter.
I haven't seen that.
Was on the batting tee.
Really?
Yes.
Already?
Line drive, base hit, left field.
Man.
Yeah. She's got ball players on both sides of the family. Mom.
Okay.
Some people say mom's a better hitter than dad.
Really?
More
softball
power,
player?
More, yes.
Oh, wow.
Even dad, I said that to Alan kind of kiddingly. He said, if she had more power. So.
Alan was a slappy?
I think so.
Okay. Left-handed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You remember Juan Pierre?
Of course. He was Juan Pierre.
Yeah.
Billy Hamilton.
Yes. Without the speed.
Without the wheels.
Okay speed.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, according to the scouting report I saw.
Okay.
Not burner speed, but okay speed. He showed me. This is an actual scouting report.
A scouting report?
Yeah.
Man, going to those. I was just having this conversation, Whitey, with a couple of my partners at the Grant game. So we talked about physically went to the Grant game. And I was talking to a couple of guys and just reminiscing, playing in Pop Warner and all those type of things. And we just looked around and I said, man, could you imagine you're on the sideline and you see the Max Preps, the coach's corner, ESPN, kickoff, all these different, Fox 4, you see all these different medians out there at the game. Like, man, there was nothing like this back when I was in school. It just makes me feel OG. If you look at Max Preps, came around right towards the end of where I was at high school.
Right.
But just the coverage and they have I can't remember the name of it. I believe it's NFHS, and I probably should know the name of that. But there's a service you can literally get on. It's like an application, a streaming service, and watch all the games. Could you imagine if they had that in high school? Man, I'd have been out here talking so much stuff on TV already. But it's great because these kids deserve it when they put in the time, put in the effort.
Sure.
But me and a couple of my guys were reminiscing. There's no way we could have had that around. Because, man, scouting reports and all that stuff is way more. Rivals was around a little bit at the time. Yeah, it's different, man. Different. We got 83,000 scouting services now.
Yep.
I wish I could find an old card that was like, okay, this is,
I gotta find you
a
Alan.
scouting report.
Alan showed it to me, but I don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Alan come out of school? Like 2010, 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there, right? Yeah.
Did you ever hear his story of how he was on TV during the draft?
Well, no, he'd have been there more recent than that, right? Because he's 26 or 7 or something?
35, I think.
He's not in his 30s.
I think he is.
Seriously?
I believe he is. And
wow,
if I'm wrong,
I didn't know that.
I apologize to all parties involved.
Yeah.
But he's watching. He wasn't watching, but it was a day of the draft, and it would have been his class.
Okay.
Somebody calls him up. He doesn't expect to get drafted,
Sure.
but you never know.
You never know.
Yeah, and he was
50,000 rounds.
Yeah. And a buddy calls him and says, Alan, I just saw you on TV. And he's like, really? And his friend says, yeah, they just showed you striking out against this guy that just got drafted.
Providence. Somebody from UMass or somebody.
It's really good. They struck you out and they showed it. Yeah. Derek Carr has an issue with the Cleveland Browns when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, and we'll talk about that when we come right back to Sacktown Sports.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. One of the cool sidebar stories to the A's Hall of Fame induction ceremony before the A's play the Reds on September 13th will be the appearance of Reds manager Tito Francona. Francona was the A's bench coach back in 2003 when inductees Hudson, Mulder, and Zito led the A's to the postseason.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports injury update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Luis Severino, out with that left oblique strain, has resumed playing catch, and his expected return is late August. Grant Holman, out with that strained right middle finger, expected return is TBD, but he has started gripping drills and is building toward a throwing progression. Hopefully, he'll be back soon. That was your Sacktown Sports injury update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Ready to elevate your everyday? Quince has the Luxe Staples Insider Swear By, minus the markup. From 100% European linen styles and 14-karat gold jewelry to gorgeous leather bags and elevated home finds, Quince has it all. And by partnering directly with top artisans and ethical factories, Quince delivers premium quality at half the cost of similar brands. Discover everyday luxury without the markup at Quince. Go to quince.com/style upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/style upgrade.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo with RVs of Sacramento and the Smud Museum of Science and Curiosity. Tickets at CITPFest.com. Listen to the 49er Rewind daily. Brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the official pizza of the 49ers. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
It's really good to be back. I do feel like I kind of missed out last week. I know you guys, Jay, you and Drapes had some really big guests on. You had the mayor on, Daquan Plowden was on, and
Ralph Sampson.
Yeah, Ralph Sampson on with the High Flyer.
Yeah.
So I was glad to hear that you had so many big guests on. I felt, a little like, I wish I could have been there, but I was glad that you, not surprised, but kept it churning with some. You guys made some news last week with the mayor in here.
Yeah, the mayor, Kevin McCarty, jumping on in for the, the groundbreaking on Monday by the Sac Republic. And so the mayor was out last week, fresh tie and suit and with the family to, Wilton Rancheria and, of course, Kevin Nagels of the world and Sac Republic owner. And so they were out breaking the ground at the ceremony. And so, of course, we had to get them on.
Yeah.
But never feel like you, time you want to call in, even though you're on vacation or you're in Cambria,
yeah,
sitting by the beach. But we would love for you to enjoy.
I appreciate that.
But I had to real quick before we move on. So got to see the mayor at the Grant Folsom game. He was like, hey, man, thank you for coming on. Thank you for having me on. Love to talk sports. Give me a little break from the political inventory that we always have to take. And so he's like, yeah, man, I listen to you guys. Listen to the morning show with Carmichael Dave. And, so during the interview, I'd asked the mayor, what's your sports squads? You still playing? You do anything? You're in great shape, mayor. And he's like, oh, yeah, still play baseball. Love it. Absolutely love it. Played baseball when I was younger. It's my go-to. It's my favorite sport. So I'm like, oh, man, me too. Let's have a conversation. So see him out at Grant, and he's like, hey, man, thank you for asking that question about baseball. Like, absolutely, 100%. It was a sports station, baby. Let's talk about it. And he's like, guess what, Jay? He's like, I play wiffle ball.
Ooh.
I said, what? So now my ears perked up, my eyes are open.
Hello.
And now it's drama. Okay, now we're talking about drama. Because he says, yeah, you're on 2 to 6. He was like, Draper. And he was like, I said, yeah, Whitey Gleason. He's like, oh, Whitey's a legend. He's like, yeah, Whitey. He's like, dude, I was listening to Whitey when they were rocking with the Rise guys, Many Moons. I said, absolutely. It's like, man, that guy's been around for a long time. I'm like, yeah. I said, we got to introduce you guys. It's like, anytime. So he says, I still play wiffle ball. So now that was part of the early conversation when he talked about you and how legendary you were. And I said, well, guess who still plays wiffle ball? Who is a dominant pitcher in wiffle ball? He's like, who? Mr. Kevin Gleason, a.k.a. Whitey, a.k.a. Dub G. He's like, no.
Yeah.
So he tells me he plays in a tournament every Father's Day. And they play downtown, I believe. I think he told me T Street. I could be misforgetting. T Street. And so I'm like, do you play with the pole and the sign as a strike zone? He's like, oh, no. We use a fold-out lawn chair. And that's the strike zone, the strike, you hit that. And I'm like, yeah, you got all kind of movement and stuff. I said, Whitey's like Randy Johnson with the wiffle ball. He's like, oh, for real? I'm like, yeah. So I'm hyping you up. I'm singing your praises. And you know what the mayor says to me?
What?
He said, oh, Whitey's like that? He said, how about this? Let's do a charity game, a wiffle ball charity game. We got to do it. I looked at him. Now, the game was pretty much over at this time. It's probably like third quarter or whatever. Grant Folsom, Grant's getting blown out. and we're having a conversation. And council member Roger Dickinson is right there as well. We got to get Roger
Former
on this.
Cal basketball
yes,
player.
I had no clue.
Yes.
So Roger wants to come on this week.
Okay.
Because he's like, dude, I want to talk some sports with you guys. He's a Giant fan too. Met him and his beautiful wife, Miss Marge.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking, had a great conversation. I said, I got to razz you about the Giants now, brother. Dude, I had no clue. They've got season tickets to Cal, to the Giants, to the 49ers, to all these different places. So I talked to him after I talked to the mayor. But the mayor wants to do a charity wiffle ball game. Me, you, him, and a couple of his guys.
Can I just say this?
Yes,
that's
of course.
great, and I'm all for charity. Giving to the community that's given so much to me. My heart fills just with the thought of it. But if we're playing and I'm pitching and the mayor's at the plate, there will be no charity.
I don't think he's looking for it. According to the mayor, the swing is nice, baby. He's got the Bryce Harper in him.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just telling you. Now I could be singing his praises a little bit, but and
sounds like he played. You can tell real baseball players the way they talk about.
Oh
themselves.
no, you could definitely have a little something.
Understated, it's like, okay, this guy played a little bit.
So I shoot him a text. He's like, "Hey Jay, give me your number." Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna show it to you.
Okay.
I hit him that night. Got you locked in, Mayor. Whatever. So today he sends me Harold Reynolds a GIF.
Yeah.
Harold Reynolds inside MLB Network with a wiffle ball. He's like, "Let's do it."
Wow. Okay.
He's fired up.
You scared me. I thought Harold Reynolds was going to be on his team or something.
No. Well, he might be. He might bring a ringer in. I'm not sure.
All right. We'll just get Greg Vaughn. We'll be good. That's very nice.
Like it. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah. So we're gonna connect this, boss man. If you're listening over there in the office, we got to make sure we get on top of this. He said, man, he invited me out and all that type of stuff, for the wiffle ball game. So I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And in case anyone is misunderstanding, when you're talking about really playing wiffle ball, you're not talking about underhand, the ball with all the holes on it. Here, honey, here you go. You're talking about with the 8 holes on one side, and if you've ever seen it, it's highly competitive.
Yeah, very much so.
Very difficult to hit.
Had
it's
no
done right.
Ghost runners and just so many different things.
And they have tournaments,
yes,
big time stuff.
Yes.
It's very pitching dominant though.
It is.
Yeah.
So one way or another, I gotta see if he's got the movement or if he's just more of the hitter.
I gotta come out of retirement.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
So I feel it.
I'm
I feel this. Let's do it.
Thank you. Real quick here, I'm sure we'll be getting back to that. That sounds like a lot of fun, and sounds like maybe we can actually do some nice things around here. Derek Carr had a few questions for the Browns after the way they took Shedeur Sanders out of the game. Shedeur Sanders, pardon me. Friday night, the preseason finale for the Rams and the Browns saw the Browns win 19-17. Shedeur Sanders did not play very well, Jay. He was 3 for 6 for 14 yards. He was sacked 5 times. So the Browns were down 17-16 with a chance to go down and win the game, which they did on a field goal. But they took Shedeur Sanders out, and they put in Tyler Huntley, who since has been released. So Derek Carr says, I need to understand why we don't get to see Shedeur Sanders run this 2-minute drill. Wouldn't you want to see a young quarterback operate in this situation? Give him more reps for the future. I don't see the whole game, so maybe he already showed enough. Help me understand this. So he's mad that the Browns took Shedeur Sanders and sat him down. Maybe they just didn't want him to get hurt.
Yeah, it's been interesting because you just see, you peruse around social network. There's been a lot of different opinions on what's going on over in Cleveland when it comes to Dylan Gabriel versus Shedeur Sanders. So we don't know. It's all opinion based. It's all about, your thoughts and your point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. And I saw somebody tweet this out. Every offensive lineman that Shedeur Sanders played with this past weekend was cut.
Mm-hmm.
Every offensive lineman that Dylan Gabriel played with is on the team.
Mm.
And it's like you start to think about it, then you take, your mind takes you back to the draft and you hear some of the naysayers. This guy at one point on some people's talking about scouting reports was a first-round draft pick who fell to the 5th round. And now to each their own. The team can do whatever the hell they want to do when it comes to how they play a player,
right?
And minutes, and what position they put him in, and all those things. But you can't say it is a little funny. Some of the things that's happening to Shedeur Sanders, no doubt about it.
Yeah, they took him out, put in a guy that they ended up cutting.
Right.
Did you hear what Eric Dickerson said?
I did.
Eric Dickerson says, "I tell you," and this was, let's see, was it on a podcast?
Yeah, I think it was.
He said, according to the New York Post, Eric Dickerson said, "I'll tell you this much. What I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told teams don't draft him, do not draft him. We're going to make an example out of him. This came from a very good source, a very good source." He said that. I won't say who. Somebody called the Browns and said, "Don't do that, draft him," because they weren't going to draft him either. They were forced into drafting him because somebody made a call to them. That's not helping him.
No, that's not. If I'm hearing that correctly, it means the league had pretty much boxed Shedeur Sanders out from being drafted.
And then told the Browns, look, someone's got to take him.
Then, Then double back and say, okay, it's looking a little bad. We'll pick up the phone. Hey, Joe, over with the Browns, Cleveland Browns, the general manager, Joe Barry, right? Yeah, go ahead and take him. Dang. I don't know, Whitey.
He didn't look good in the Friday night game. He looked good in the opener.
Yeah,
it's the Browns. He should have a shot. He should get a chance to play at some point.
Yeah, week 12, 13, 14.
Really? I'll bet you plays before then.
Really?
Could be wrong.
Think Flacco gets hurt quick?
It does seem like they like Dylan Gabriel more, huh?
They do. Yeah. Seems that way. I mean, they drafted him higher for whatever reason. They feel like he's a better QB or prospect or whatever it is right now.
Raiders need a backup quarterback now. Aiden O'Connell broke his wrist.
Yeah. I would hate to see that, because if Shedeur Sanders is any good, then that means he'd be over there with the Raiders, and I don't want them to have any success.
Somebody on social media asked me, is there a pathway to him going to the Raiders? I don't
know.
I don't think so.
Man, people asking you questions like that?
Yeah.
You must be part of the NFL. You work for the league?
I'm not allowed to comment.
Okay.
I'm not at liberty to comment on that.
Sounds good.
But I am the one that that Eric Dickerson was talking about. That was me. Yeah. Where do the Kings stand when it comes to Malik Monk's future in SAC? We got some more info on that today as well. We'll share that with you next. Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Michael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A+ Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal. They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Attention taxpayers. If you owe $5,000 or more and have missed another tax deadline, you're officially on the IRS's radar. The IRS has resumed aggressive collections. That means wage garnishments, bank levies, even seizures of your home, car, or retirement accounts. If you owe $5,000 or more and missed the deadline, you're stacking new debt on top of what you already owe. Call Priority Tax Relief now. Their experts fight back fast and are saving their clients millions in tax debt every month.
I owed over $50,000 and they settled it for pennies on the dollar. These guys are as legit as they come.
After speaking on my behalf with the IRS, my entire debt of $25,000 will be eliminated.
Whether you've received collection letters or you're already facing liens and garnishments, call for your free consultation. There are no upfront fees. Priority Tax Relief. Let's make your taxes our priority. Call 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584.
Priority Tax Relief.
This is Alan Stiles on Sacktown Sports 1140, and the big deals are rolling in at Folsom Buick's GMC's end of summer sales event. Right now, take home the 2025 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab Denali with $13,500 off MSRP, or lease it for just $699 a month for 24 months with $5,999 due at signing. This is your chance to drive the bold and powerful Sierra 1500 Crew Cab built to stand out on the road. When the summer ends, so do these deals. So don't miss out. Visit FolsomBuick.com today.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
We told you that earlier this afternoon, Jacoby Myers requested a trade from the Raiders. Now we have this news from NFL insider Jordan Schultz. Amari Cooper has, according to reports, agreed to a one-year contract with the Raiders. Cooper last year did not have a great year. Spent the first 6 games with Cleveland, 24 catches, 250 yards, 2 scores. That was before being traded to Buffalo. In 8 games with Buffalo, 20 catches, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns. He never emerged as the number one guy the Bills were hoping he would become. They still, of course, reached the AFC Championship game. But Amari Cooper going to the Raiders, doesn't that mean, Jay, that, all right, then clearly Jacoby Myers is getting traded to the 49ers.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I mean, I like your math.
That's
simple.
It.
Yes, it is. I like it.
Juwan Jennings, I don't know. We don't know what's going on, but thank you, UPS Chris, for pointing that out to us. Yeah. Amari Cooper, some Raider fans, I think, kind of like that from a sentimental standpoint.
Yeah. Bringing him back to home.
He can drop passes from Geno just as well as he could drop passes from Derek Carr, so it'll be just like both times.
You said it, I did.
No, that's I hesitate here because I always thought that he was going to take that next step, and he just never quite did.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought he would be the creme de la creme, but he didn't. It just never came to fruition. He's a 3-4 at this point in his career. I mean, the Raiders are thin. We had Kirk Morrison on. We had Lincoln Kennedy on last week. We had Tim Brown. I forgot we didn't mention we had Tim Brown.
That's right.
On last
I did see that. Yeah, I forgot to mention.
Yeah, so we had some Raider flavor last week from our Raider fans, the nation, and I think when you have the conversation with all of them, they lack a lot of skill positions, especially on offense. And we know Genty is the running back, but you talk to them and it feels like, well, who's backing him up? There's 4 or 5 different people. Wide receiver, they're kind of all looking around the wide receiver core. I don't know if he is proven. I don't know if he can do it. So if we're not talking about Brock Bowers, we're not talking about Ashton Genty offensively, I think they're structured not to be at the top of the league here.
One thing I got to say about Tim Brown, I did a show on a Raider station for a while, and Tim Brown was a guest of ours once a week.
Okay.
He was great. He was the nicest guy, and he was a great guest. You know, in those early hours, sometimes you never know if someone's going to be there. He was always there. Great guest. But the one thing that I still to this day makes me shake my head is, remember, he came out publicly and said, Bill Callahan sabotaged us in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And then we had him on that day. He talked about it. And it's just like, Tim, what are you talking about?
You know, I asked him, and this was the first time I've ever asked him this question. I had the opportunity to work with Big Link for a long time.
Yeah.
And had plenty of conversations with Big Link. And Link was one of the captains on that team. Tim Brown and Rich Gannon and so on and so forth. And without saying everything, I remember Link telling me after Bear Robbins. I was going to say Bear Sims, Bear Robbins.
Went AWOL, yeah.
Yeah, went to Mexico allegedly and then came back. And Tim said something I hadn't heard before. He was like, one of the things we didn't know was he was back the day before Sunday. So Saturday, but they weren't brought, and hopefully my timeline is on point. They thought they had went and grabbed him Saturday night and brought him back to the hotel. And I remember Link telling me, he said, man, they call me, they call Tim, they call Rich and whoever the other defensive captain were. So it's like 5 of us. And we walk in and we see Barrett there. And he's giving us the story, the scoop. And he said, man, I just remember walking out the room and it's like, it's over.
Yeah.
The biggest game of my life. And I'm not going to have an opportunity.
Yeah. Without your center against that defense.
It's over.
That's
Warren Sapp, it's like, it's over. Yeah. And he said, we all felt going into the game, there wasn't a chance on God's green earth that we were going to be able to beat this Tampa team because we already felt the karma, the mojo was done. Yeah. And so Tim said that last week in the form of one of the things that kind of got by is, and he said it, if I'm not mistaken, he was like, the guys that were in charge at that time, that's how he said it. He was like, man, they didn't even tell us until the night, 11, 12 at night what had happened, where he was already back Saturday morning.
Bear
Robbins. Tim said he could have played. That's what he said last week. It was the first time I ever heard that.
Wow.
Even in talking to Link, it's like, man, we felt he could have played. They allegedly had told, and I don't know if it was after or whatever, but he was like, dude, he was back Saturday morning, but we didn't find out. We didn't know that he could have played. That's interesting.
Yes.
Because then I pair that with Link, where Link was like, man, I went to my room and I just, I didn't say cry, but he was like, I just felt bad.
That was big for him too, besides the obvious, because he's, I think, from the San Diego area.
Yes.
So playing the
he's a military guy, so he jumped around. But yes, San Diego is
one of the things I'll never forget about that Super Bowl. We were down there Super Bowl week. We weren't there for the game, but we were on, the Rise guys were on this station. We're down there for that week, getting ready for the Raiders in Tampa Bay. And at one point after our show, Phantom had this Houston Texans hat.
Okay.
And Emmitt Smith was there, and he goes over and he asks Emmitt Smith to sign a Houston Texans hat.
Come on, Phantom.
And Emmitt Smith's like, you want me to sign this? And I was like, yep. He's okay. And he did. He signed it.
Was he playing? Was Phantom playing?
No, that's all he had. And he just wanted to get, I think he got like Arnold Palmer to sign it. He was just trying to get as many people as he could to sign this.
To sign his hat.
Emmett's like, you want me to sign? And then he did. So
yeah. Not anymore.
Yeah. But that something happened to the whole Raiders organization that day.
Yeah.
The whole organization.
Yeah. And you mix that in with Gruden and just so many things were going against him.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I ain't crying, but I'm just saying, because if you talk to the Tim Browns and the Lincoln Kiddies, and like you said, talk to, plenty of folks that were part of the Raiders organization at that time, to the person, they felt they had no shot. No shot. I just find that super interesting. When you're a player and the night before of the biggest game or the day before, it's like, yeah, man, it's over.
Yeah.
We walked, like Lincoln always told me, he's like, man, I felt like we were just walking through the game. Nothing there. He was like, so many times, Rich, fire us up, we be ready to go. He's like, man, zombies. Zombies.
Sometimes you know. Sometimes you know.
Well, when you're a Raider,
yeah,
you don't succeed in many things.
That was cheap. Kick him when they're down, huh, Jay?
Oh, stomp him.
Yeah.
What do you mean kick him?
Amari Cooper back with the Raiders, according to reports. Want to touch on what's up with Malik Monk. Nothing is necessarily up, but it's interesting the way this is being spun because you guys probably talked about this. We had a couple days ago, Grant Afseth in the Dallas Hoops Journal saying Sacramento has been, quote, trying very hard, end quote, to trade Malik Monk this offseason, but they haven't found a taker. Okay.
We didn't talk about that at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what Grant Afseth said.
Of course.
Then you had this from Mark Stein over the weekend. Kings have maintained an interest in unsigned free agent Russell Westbrook, but I'm told that they have indeed explored the possibility of creating a backcourt opening for Westbrook by other means rather than dealing Monk. So it sounds to me like the Kings got some bad publicity out of the report that they're trying to trade Monk. So they tried to push back on that a little bit. And here is what Mark Stein said. He said, after Sacramento explored various trade scenarios earlier this summer involving Malik Monk, league sources say that the Kings are not actively engaged in such trade talks now. The Kings have maintained an interest in unsigned free agent Russell Westbrook, as I just read. Monk is said to have made a positive impression in Sacramento, not only with his play, but how he has embraced his role in the franchise as a King, end quote. Which, I mean, I guess you can't say for sure, Jay, but you always have to try to guess what's the source of this information. Monk has been said to have made a positive impression in Sacramento. That's clearly coming from the Kings, right?
I would think
the
so.
Kings clearly pushing back on this narrative that we're just desperately trying to get rid of Malik Monk. They didn't say that wasn't true. They just said we're not doing that now.
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
I'm with you. I read it. I think the Mark Stein report definitely comes from the organization. And I don't know about the Grant Afseth report. I won't even touch that. But the fact of the matter is if there is a feeling throughout the league that Malik's value is not as high as it's been, then yeah, if you're the Kings, you better push back on it and immediately.
Yeah.
Because even if you can't, spin him, Malik is very passionate. He's the type of guy that sometimes feels like wears his emotions on his sleeve. All we get to do is see, Malik on the court, and that's what I'm talking about. I don't know about off the court, but he's definitely one of those guys that can be up and down when it comes to, your emotions. It feels that way. And so you want him in the best headspace. You want him in the best position, and you want him doing what Malik do.
Yeah.
Which is assassinate other teams when he off the bench.
I don't think this is intentional, but a few times, and especially after the Afseth report, it started to look like the Kings were almost making Malik Monk the fall guy for what went wrong last year. Again, I don't think they're intending to do that. But, he played point guard last year after De'Aaron Fox was traded, and you had Scott Perry in his first conference with the media saying, we don't have a point guard. Well, I don't think he meant anything at Malik, but Malik was the point guard, and they're saying we didn't have one. And now you get the reports that, they're trying desperately to trade him. I'm glad they pushed back on this because it was starting to look like they're blaming him, and I don't think they are. But here's why it'd be hard to trade Malik Monk. You go back to last year, Malik Monk, free agent, right? So he could go anywhere to any team that was willing to meet his price tag. There was not a lot of interest. Apparently Detroit had some interest. So if a year ago, nobody wanted to pay him and bring him in, how are you going to trade him to a team now that would have to pay him and then also give up something to get him? So it'd be very difficult. It's not hard to see why the Malik Monk market is not robust. If teams didn't want him for just the money a year ago, they're not going to want him now for the money plus some assets they have to give up. So I could see how he's difficult to trade. The thing that has just been making my head spin is why in the world did the Kings want Russell Westbrook? We had Jerry on a couple weeks ago. I asked Jerry. Jerry said, I don't know. I think I figured it out, Jay. I'm not saying this is a good idea, but I think this is their thinking. I don't know this for a fact. This is just me guessing. No one has told me this. But one of the things the Kings have to improve on this year, if they're going to be better at all, the defense has to be better. It has to be, or they have no chance to be better. Malik Monk is not a good defender. We don't talk about that much because his whole job is coming off the bench and scoring, and he's great at that. He's not a good defender. Russell Westbrook has been not all league, but he's been a better defender than Malik Monk. And I think right now he gives you a better chance defensively. According to one of the reports, the Kings are interested in having Russell Westbrook be the sixth man. So if you can bring in a sixth man who he's not Chris Paul, but he's played point guard in the NBA. He's a legitimate point guard and he's a better defender. I can see how you would look at that and go, we are better having Westbrook do that than Malik. Again, I'm not saying it's right, but at least I understand, okay, at least I see what you're thinking.
I think I'm in the same wavelength as you. I look at it as the two things that I think Russell Westbrook is still elite at is these two things for me is his passion, his attitude, his effort.
Yes, I agree.
There's not many people in the league who's going to out effort him, be more passionate, and bring more attitude.
I agree. He plays as hard as anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the first thing I think, that he comes in, and I'll even throw the leadership on that. But it kind of crosses over to my second point. But I think
he sets a tone.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
He immediately comes in, and that's my number two is when he comes to the locker room, a bunch of young guys that are going to be a part of this team immediately have to say, damn, that's a Hall of Famer. And not in the form of DeMar DeRozan, but that dude right there who's in his mid-30s, and I'm 23 or I'm 25 or I'm 27, and this is the guy that they're talking about could be out the league, but he in there outworking me, and he's setting the tone, and I'm hearing that same tone from our head coach, Doug Christie, and I'm hearing that same tone from assistant coach Bobby Jackson. As a young gun, as someone that they're trying to develop, the Daquan Plowdens, the Neat Cliffords, and everybody else, if Russ is outworking me, I got a problem.
Yeah, if a 36-year-old's playing that hard, I have to play at least as hard. And so those two things I think he brings is the effort, the passion, the leadership, and then the second part of it is he's going to set the tone. Because he's the type of guy, from everything that I know and hearing and talking and listening to people, when he comes in, he's a great teammate, but he's going to push you and prod you to be the best that you possibly can be. And he's going to go, as Coach Brown used to say, turn on the Jets. Russ is turning them on. Soon as he comes through the door, always turn them off.
Absolutely.
And I've never been a big Westbrook guy, but I recognize that. Well, you're right, Jay. He plays. Him and Bobby Jackson come to mind to me like the two of the guys that play harder than anybody I've ever seen.
Right.
Yeah.
He is almost an extension of who Doug Christie would want to be, I think, and Bobby Jackson and probably Coach Woodson and some of the other people, Scott Perry too. He is the guy that is the barometer. If you can't move like Russ, then we don't want you a part of this. He's a culture setter. He is a trend setter. He's going to give you everything that he possibly can be. As I always consistently ask people who dislike Russ, and not you, but, well, what's wrong with Russ? And they talk about his shooting and all that, but you never get, man, he dogs it. He never, we don't know if he's going to play. Like, you never get those things. And I think when you, or if you, follow me here, Whitey, if you want to change the culture, if you want, because that's what we always talk about, culture. If you want to change that up here in Sacramento, there's no better person who's going to come in despite all the fans, and they talk about what's on the court and how he gets into it with fans and people disliking. I'm talking about behind closed doors. I'm talking about over at the G1C. I'm talking about professionalism on the plane. I'm talking about professionalism to the Neat Cliffords, people that you've drafted in the first round the last couple of years, guys like that who need to be taught that, who need a change of scenery, who need to be like, you know what? That how many times do we get players on here always say, man, that guy, he was my guy.
Yeah.
Meaning he was my vet who took care of me, who showed me the ropes, who told me go over here to Merrill Lynch. Don't go over here to Bank of America. That's what Russell Westbrook is about. And if you want to change the narrative of what's going on with the Sacramento Kings, guess what he is going to do? He's going to come in and demand from everybody else that he playing. This is what we got to be, we need to operate like this.
Yeah, the question becomes then, all right, if Westbrook is coming in, and again, if the reports are accurate, which they may not be 100% accurate.
Right.
But if it's true that the Kings want him to come in and be backup point guard, 6-man type guy, then where are you going to play Malik? So that's the issue, because that's been his role. This statement to Mark Stein talked about, among other things, how Malik has embraced his role, but it sounds like that role would be changing. So clearly the Kings would, to me, it's clear the Kings would like to move Malik, but at the same time, they don't want to make it look like we can't wait to get rid of this guy, because that doesn't do anybody any favors, especially if you end up not being able to trade him. I don't know about that, but I hear what you're going. I hear where you're going. Yeah. What don't you know about?
Because I'm not sure they're.
You don't think his role would have to change?
No. I'm not sure that they're gun-ho to get rid of him. I think if they were gun-ho, and maybe I'm just misinterpreting what you're saying. I don't know if they're gun-ho to just say, hey, here you go, because I think they would have been done that by now.
Yeah. Well, again, this is the Afseth report. Doesn't mean it's right. He said the Kings are, quote, trying very hard to trade Malik Monk.
Yeah, I'll wait on somebody. No disrespect to him, but I'll wait on somebody with a little more bravado, a little more connect.
Yeah. The Kings did feel the need to push back on that, so that they did notice it.
Well, good. Hopefully that's Scott Perry and his crew saying, man, listen, we're done with all that negative connotation around here, brother.
Whether that's true or not, if they had Malik and they had Russell Westbrook, I think Malik's role would have to change a little.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I would definitely think so. Unless you go to Russ and say, again, you are a guy who's going to be at the end of the bench. You are Jay Crowder. You might get a little run, something get a little fishy. We may need you to jump in there and showcase your muscles, but you're really here for your veteran leadership, so to say.
Yeah. Set the tone with your effort.
True.
I just want to circle back because I said I've never been a big Russ guy. Full disclosure, I wanted to explain why. I was talking years ago when Russ was still with Houston. I was doing a pregame show with Jim Barnett. Jim Barnett, who played in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
And I said, the thing with Russ to me is it's not that he's selfish so much as he's stubborn. And there are times when maybe he shouldn't take the shot. But in Russ's mind, he still has the best chance of making it because in his mind, it's like, I'm Russell Westbrook. And for what it's worth, Jim Barnett said, yes, I think you're exactly right. He's stubborn because, that's sometimes to be successful, people have to be stubborn.
Most of the
time. Yeah, you have to
Mm-hmm.
be like, I don't care what you say. I'm going to take this shot or I'm going to drive. I'm going to try to score here. And I think as he's gotten older, I think he's been less successful at times with that. But it's not that he's a bad guy. Like, I don't want him on the team. But I think sometimes he's just been very stubborn because he believes very much in Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I actually think there's some validity to that. I think you're pretty close to. We talk about the wide receiver diva. All superstars, for the most part, have to be me.
Yeah,
to a certain extent.
Yes, or no one's going to throw you the ball.
Absolutely,
They'll never notice
and
you.
I'll take it a step further. And Drake talks about this quite a bit, but there's so much negativity in sports nowadays because of social network or whatever. I don't care what you blame it on. You have to have thick skin because the moment you miss a bucket, you go 12 for 14 and have 11 threes and a dunk. That's a game winner. And people will say, yeah, but you know what, man? He got the game winner, but in the second quarter, man, I'm gonna need him to do a little bit better. Like that's how we are conditioned now when it comes to
5 rebounds.
Yes, it's part of the game. Well, he didn't get his team involved. I truly believe stars have to be more stubborn. What's a great word? More now than ever.
Kevin Durant's very stubborn.
Very, very.
Two stubborn guys. Maybe that's why they didn't end up staying together
Very
longer.
True.
Will you watch the new movie about the Kobe draft? We'll look at that more on the Kings when we come back. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. What do you think? Is there room for Russ and Malik? Next with the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Dirk Fedorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A little bit of a delta breeze will help to cool temperatures off overnight tonight into the mid to low 60s. We will see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies on Tuesday with temperatures in the mid to low 90s and the chance for a few sprinkles. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 20 top brands and get huge savings during our Labor Day sales event going on now at the Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
You still have 40 million plus vehicles globally that are driving around with a potential ticking time bomb, a grenade in either their steering wheel or their dashboard. When we look to what injuries may have transpired from a defective airbag, we generally see loss of vision in an eye, or we see facial lacerations. We also see hearing loss. Unfortunately, we started seeing death after death after death. When that passenger airbag exploded, it basically degloved his entire face. He lost his nose, he lost his right eye. The type of catastrophic injuries that one is more accustomed to seeing in a Hollywood movie, not something from a device in an automobile that's supposed to protect you. Morgan & Morgan has a national reach in terms of handling and prosecuting cases, notwithstanding the team of lawyers that we have collected that focus only on product liability day in and day out.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
You waited a lifetime for this moment. Now it's time to celebrate. The official collection. The Oklahoma City Thunder, NBA champions. Available now at NBA Store. A Fanatics experience.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting their focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our Giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Mocash, Vincent Mason, and Adriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo with RVs of Sacramento and the Sled Museum of Science and Curiosity. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
At Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics, we provide anxiety-free dental care from first tooth through teens to ensure your child's dental health journey is all smiles. We've created a fun, kid-friendly dental experience that will put your child at ease, and you'll be smiling too. We accept most insurance options, and we have convenient hours, including Saturdays. At Kids Care, we care about creating fearless smiles for the whole family. Kids Care Dental is now offering sensory-friendly hours at select locations. For more info and to book your appointment, go to kidscaredental.com and discover why more families in Sacramento trust us with their kids' smiles.
Drapes and Whitey. Whitey and Drapes. You know the pair, the Drive Guys.
Whitey and Jay today. Drapes on vacation. I'm back from vacation. Had a great time in L.A., Cambria. Jay was hobnobbing with some local celebrities and bigwigs. I know, Jay, you said you were at the Grand Folsom game and you were hanging out with the mayor and city councilman Roger Dickinson, right?
Yeah, got to. Those my guys.
You said Roger Dickinson's a big Giants fan, right?
Yeah, he's a Giants fan.
Giants?
From the Bay Area.
They won a series in Milwaukee, Jay. Look out.
Oh, man.
The little orange skateboard picking up momentum. 6.5 or something out of the wild card.
I'm just going to take that as you just playing around trying to get a reaction from
I'm just
Come on.
spitting fire, Jay. It's all truth.
Come on. Are
the
you
Brewers,
are you
hottest team in
seriously
baseball.
thinking
The Giants humbled them this weekend in Milwaukee.
All right, man.
Did you talk to Roger Dickinson about that?
No, because I at this point, and no disrespect to the councilman, but I don't even think he's tied in to what's going on with the Giants. And he has season tickets. He's like, hey, man, I got season tickets.
Sure he is. I'm sure he's
We
very,
will
very
ask
tied
him
in.
when he comes on this week if the Giants have any shot in the world to make some noises this season. In talking to him, maybe I misread his actions, his characteristics and everything else, but I don't think he has any positivity, thoughts about what's going on with the Giants heading into the last month of the season of September.
Ooh, they had a big weekend. Man, Matos is heating up.
Come
Look
on,
out.
man.
Look out.
They would have to go on a tremendous run.
We'll get back to the Malik Monk conversation. We'll get back to the phones. Malik Monk, Russell Westbrook, is there room for both of them on this Kings roster? I just wanted, since we're talking about you hanging out with Roger Dickinson and the mayor, thought it was really interesting that you and Drapes talking to the mayor last week about Sacramento and expansion chances. And he mentioned Utah and Portland and San Antonio.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a surprise to me.
Yeah, that, and I don't know if you caught it and maybe he just misspoke, but he said 3 or 4 more seasons for the A's here in Sacramento. It's like, okay.
Now, he said he encouraged people to get out there and support him, right?
He did, yeah.
So they're back home tonight, I believe, against Los
Yeah.
Tigres. So Tariq Skubal on the hill.
There you
on
go.
the bump.
Yeah, they're I don't know, Whitey. And I continue to keep saying I literally have about a month and 4 days or something. The last day of the season is the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's Sunday. It is. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a month and some change. But they're coming back here to that Sacramento, right? The A's are coming back.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I don't have to be in a rush to get out, because I will say it would hurt my heart. As much as I can't stand John Fisher, it would hurt my heart as a lifelong A's fan if, John Fisher detoured the love for my team for me not to go out for at least one game, and they jump ship and I didn't get to see him in my hometown.
But, and I'm sure this will be unpopular, but I think it would also hurt your heart if you went out there in a way and felt like, I didn't really want to support this, at least not now.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm up. Catch 22, brother. Yeah.
You're doing you, and I think you're doing it well.
Man, it's tough. I got to see one game, don't I? My own backyard. Who would ever thought my favorite team would be in Sacramento?
I know. And no one could have predicted the circumstances.
No, absolutely not.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Brandon's been hanging on to Dog of the Drive guys. What's up, Brandon? How are you?
What's up, guys? How we doing? I'm good.
Good. What can we do for you?
So I've been listening. I just caught on, so I don't know if you guys already have brought it up earlier in the show, but I was actually a huge fan of bringing on Westbrook to the team. But as I did some digging over the weekend, I came across the article that was put on in May from Ramona Shelburne about him in the playoffs and possibly teammates saying he's very immature and some of his best attributes are actually some of his worst ones. I didn't know if there was what the conclusion of that, because I've also seen that they came out and teammates said it was far from the truth. So I don't know where you guys stand on that or if you know information on it, because I think that could be a huge detriment to the team if we brought somebody who's great, a hard worker, but be really immature and maybe stubborn, like you said. I could see that posing a negative thing towards guys like even Malik Monk because of his attitude, but then the younger guys also on the team. So now I'm kind of leaning towards the direction of I saw how great Schroeder played for Germany over the weekend, and I'm almost thinking, do we need a guy like Westbrook? Is it going to be more negative than positive? Just wanted to hear your guys' opinions on that article.
Thank you, Brandon. I think that's a great point you raise. I read that piece and I was kind of confused. I think no matter what you thought of Russ going into that article, you could come out feeling like, yep, that's what I thought, because she played it both ways. Not to dodge the crux of it, though, as you said, there was the intimation that Russ with the Lakers and with the Nuggets played well, but still there was some questions about how much he really contributed, because the Russell Westbrook experience right now, it's complicated. I don't know about his maturity. I know, as we said, Jay, in my opinion, the stubbornness is part of what you're going to get with Russ, because it's part of what's made him successful. That's just part of it. There's upside to that. There's downside, but that's Russ. I would think that if he came here, and again, Brandon, if they asked me, I'd say I wouldn't do it. But if you're going to do it, and he was going to come here, I could see how you could explain to him, look, we're kind of building something here. We want you to help us build something, and we want to have success now too, and we want you to help establish that culture. That's a whole different thing than we want you to go to LA with LeBron or go to Denver with Joker and help him win a championship. So to me, I think it's less dangerous in a way, because especially if he's like, yeah, I can do that. I want to do that. He's a smart guy. There's no question about that. He's smart. He knows the circumstances here. This is not a team that is expected to compete for a championship. So I think if he came here, he would be all in on helping you establish the things that you want him to help you establish, Jay.
Yeah, I think everything you pretty much said is where I'm at. I truly believe if you've had conversations and you just have to believe in what Scott Perry is doing, let's remove everything else from it. People say, oh, Vivek, the love he has for Russell and all that good jazz. I'm just saying, one for one, if Scott Perry, BJ Armstrong, Coach Christie, they've had the conversation with Russ and say, hey, listen, we need you to be a leader, a vet, someone that's in charge of this team, set the tone. That is definitely different than we need you to amplify this position because we're looking to try to win a championship because we have Jokic still and Chris Brown and the guys like that. So I with you. I think it's a different trajectory for Russ. And for the most part, and I'm sitting here thinking it probably would be his first time ever being asked to kind of come in as that vet presence,
mentor,
exactly. Compared to, Houston and OKC and Denver, all these other places have said, no, we need you, the Lakers, we need you to come in and be Russell Westbrook. We need you to be a dynamic scorer and a leader and give us that attitude and everything else that comes along with it. So I think his time of being a star in the form of ball in your hand, go give me 25, that's long gone. I truly think he's got some other aspects that teams are looking for, or at least that's what it sounds like, and that really includes veteran leadership.
Yeah. Russ to the Kings, Russell Westbrook, Malik Monk, could they coexist on this roster? Would there be room for both? We're back with that. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Also, hey, here's a brand new article on the Kings and Russell Westbrook that has pretty much the whole thing wrong. And we'll look at that next when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Big year. I'm starting middle school.
Welcome to the jungle, Missy.
Best part? My parents promised me a new laptop.
Perfect for homework, essays, and drudgery.
So we went to Staples. They had all the latest tech, and laptops were up to 40% off.
Woo! Another back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button.
Mom high-fived the cashier. So embarrassing.
Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. It's 9/13. Select models only.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Luis Severino, out with that left oblique strain, has resumed playing catch, and his expected return is late August. Grant Holman, out with that strained right middle finger, expected return is TBD, but he has started gripping drills and is building toward a throwing progression. Hopefully, he'll be back soon. That was your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. One of the cool sidebar stories to the A's Hall of Fame induction ceremony before the A's play the Reds on September 13th will be the appearance of Reds manager Tito Francona. Francona was the A's bench coach back in 2003 when inductees Hudson, Mulder, and Zito led the A's to the postseason.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Stockton Honda cranks up the savings with amazing deals during the Honda Summer Event happening now. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, you'll find unbeatable selection, serious savings, and top dollar for your trade. From quick crosstown drives to full-blown road trips. Wherever you're headed, Stockton Honda is ready to help you get there in style. Start your summer adventures at Stockton Honda or StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
We're just talking about Malik Monk and Russell Westbrook. And word from Mark Stein that the Kings say, we're trying to bring on Russell Westbrook without trading Malik Monk. Could that work? Would there be minutes for both? That's what we're trying to sort out here. It's Jay and Whitey, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Good to be back. Some of the comments here from the smartest YouTube viewers and listeners in radio and on YouTube. Eric Q Smoking Q's asked, how was Cambria, Whitey? Did you go to Lynn's? Twice. Eric went there twice. Yeah.
Is that Smoking Q's out there off of Mather?
I don't know.
The barbecue spot?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I was just out there this weekend. I slid by. Didn't have an opportunity to get over to Smoking Q's. But, man, if that's the case, we say, Eric?
Yeah.
Man, we got to talk.
Yes. Wouldn't kill him to slide us a few freebies, would it?
Man, listen, I got a charity bike ride event coming up, man. I need your help.
Jared Williams says the teams want playmaker Westbrook. They need 2/3 of his trouble double. They want him to go rebound and distribute the ball, but would rather the shots he put up go to other players. Interesting. Yeah, that's logical. Raptors fanatic. You let Russ push the pace with some younger gunners. So people are starting to see, hey, Russ, the point guard, the facilitator, just let other people take the shots.
Which is something that you continuously say. That doesn't normally happen all the time.
Yeah. Is Russ okay with that? Yeah. I would have to think if he's on board, then yeah, it sounds like he would be on board with that. I still question the fit, but I'm starting to understand. Like, okay, I see what they're thinking. Let's see what Meldon thinks here. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. What's up, Meldon? Thanks for hanging.
Oh, man, no problem at all. The way that I see it with the coaching staff that's in place now, when you look at the age range of the coaching staff, and then you look at Russ, and then you look at the younger players, I think it would be an excellent fit because you have Doug and the coaches who are not that far removed from playing themselves, and then you would have Russ kind of in the middle along with the younger players, and I think it would be a dynamic match all the way around because you'll have a little on the coaching edge that can still relate to Russ and Monk, and then also help the younger players come into their own by having two players that can get up and get down on the court. And then you'll have the coaching that will be able to help balance out the chemistry all the way around.
All right. Thank you, Meldon. I appreciate that. There's also this, in addition to everything you said, one of the issues I've had with this notion of bringing in Russ, and again, still ultimately, if it were up to me, if I had a vote, I'd say, nah. But if it's going to happen, if they're thinking about it, and we need to look at why, it looks like it's a short-term move on the surface. Russ is, 36? You bring him in. Hey, aren't you trying to get better down the road? But part of that could be, as Jay and I have discussed, and as you've probably figured out for yourself, part of bringing in Russ probably is getting him to help you establish a culture that hopefully will still be in place even after he's gone. You know what I mean, Jay? So Russ is 36. If you bring him in, he's only going to be here a year, maybe 2. But I could see how you'd be thinking, yeah, but if he helps us establish the way we do things, hopefully that lasts longer than his time with us. So in that sense, he could help you down the road as well. That might be a stretch, but I think that's kind of what they're thinking.
You might be right. We'll find out very shortly, but I'm with you. I think he has some things that he can bring to the table that the Kings don't have. And same thing, vice versa. There's probably some things that we've known Russ to be and do that you wouldn't want to see a part of this organization, and so it definitely is going to take a conversation. You definitely have to be in pocket is what we like to say. And if we can agree to come to a conclusion, look, Russ, we need you to be a leader, bring the effort, hold people accountable. As you said, running people up and down the floor and assist more times than you shoot, then yeah, maybe might be a good fit. Who knows?
As far as Malik, and we all know what he's done here, and he's a huge part of that Beam team, I think what the Kings need has shifted since they first brought him in. And you also have the fact, of course, that was Monty and Wes. And, in any sport, GMs don't always want to keep the people around that the previous regimes brought in. I don't know if that's part of this, but it's a fact that he was brought in by the previous regime. I think he was brought in to fill some needs, and I think the needs have changed, frankly. And that could be, if the Kings are looking at, we want more Russ and less Malik, even if we don't trade him, I think that's part of it. The needs are different. Malik did a good job of addressing some of the needs we had 3 years ago, but now our needs are different. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Max joining us on Sacktown Sports. Hey, Max, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Good. What can we do for you?
Well, I just want to talk about Malik and Westbrook. I think that we should definitely bring him in.
Yeah?
Like, 100%. Like, I know everyone's talking about the roster construction, how it's not like I saw like Zach LaVine, DeMar, like DeMar's kind of, I don't want to disrespect DeMar, but he is a little bit of a black hole. He's an isolation player. But you know what? They only had like a third of a season to like figure it out. They all got thrown into this. And I am so excited about this team. And everyone's so negative, right? It seems like, at least for the most part, people are maybe slightly getting more optimistic, but like, I think that people should be way more optimistic than they are right now.
All right. Thank you, Max. Appreciate that. I know you guys had that conversation last week, if I'm not mistaken, about negativity of Kings fans. Maybe you didn't. I don't know.
A little bit, yeah.
I think fans are just looking for a direction. And until that really emerges, I think they're going to be wondering, like, what do we do? What are we doing? Oh, okay. Maybe that'll emerge this year. I think people will be more on board once they get a sense of where this is supposed to be headed. But there's still a lot of, balls in the air.
Yeah. It's kind of like we're fighting two timelines. We're fighting a Scott Perry timeline, which is brand new, and he's setting his own foundation, versus the Beam Team timeline. Well, we were there, and I
transition.
Absolutely, So what I did find interesting, though, Whitey, you were talking about the needs of this team changing. I definitely couldn't agree with you more, because I totally agree with you. But I do find it interesting in the form of, how many times do we always tell people don't draft for position, draft for need, draft the best player?
Yeah.
If I'm kind of thinking of that same concept when it comes to Malik Monk, he got to be on this team. I know some people are super high, like Kyle Draper or Dennis Schroeder, who just had a good game in Eurobasket or whatever. And
let's be honest, he better. Really, he's got to have him and Wagner and those guys, they better play well.
You better believe it. They should be hooping.
Yeah.
The flip side of that, though, is Malik has already showed that he's a high-quality six-man, if not the best. He's one of a handful of 4 or 5 in this league. Pritchard, Nas, him, so on and so forth. I'm going to find a spot for Malik if I'm Doug, if I'm Scott Perry, if I'm B.J. Armstrong, if I'm Mike Woodson. You better believe Malik Monk's going to be playing 20 minutes a game at the bare minimum. What he does is unlike other people in the league. And I just named the 4 or 5 or 6 guys that can kind of match what he does. That's a position that the whole league needs. And when you get a person of the ilk like Malik Monk and what he showed over the last couple of years as a 6-man, I really don't give a damn what your need is.
Okay.
I'm also saying you need to be playing him too.
And I'm not trying to pin you down here because I haven't thought this through myself, but then it comes down to who are your 4 primary guards. So you'd have, you got Keon's going to play a lot, right? And assuming Russ is here. If Russ isn't here, then you don't have that same crunch. And then you've got Zach LaVine and then Malik are your top 4 guards because Nick Clifford's probably going to play some guard, but he's
small forward.
Yeah.
Probably.
So,
Yeah. If Russ is here, I don't see Russ really demanding 15 to 20 minutes a game. I know it sounds crazy because when you say Russell Westbrook,
Schroeder, by the way, that's,
when you're talking about Russell Westbrook, we've been conditioned to say, okay, well, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a guy that needs the ball in his hand. He's he is who he is, an MVP. I think you have to have a conversation if you bring Russ in and say, you might be seeing some did not play tonight, right? And so that's, if you have that type of character or that type of Hall of Famer that comes in, that type of leader, I think you need to make sure that you guys are on one accord. You're gonna have some. Well, we didn't get to you tonight.
You got a lot of guards, yeah.
DMP CDs, man. Yeah, but so does everybody else.
I would love to see Malik stay and have a role on this team. I'd rather see that than see Russell Westbrook have a role, but we'll see how they sort it out.
Do you think Russ really has a role if he comes here? Yes. On the court, I mean.
Yeah.
You think he plays 15 to 20 minutes?
I think he might even be their 6th man.
I
could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
But I just don't see him going, yeah, I'll come in and some nights I won't play. I'm not disagreeing that it would be a good idea to do that. I just have a hard time imagining him going, yeah, all right. Although on the other hand, doesn't look like there's a lot of others.
I was going to say, if that's the case, then why he ain't been re-signed with somebody else? I think he's kind of getting pinned to a position, and I could be wrong. Maybe he and his camp is looking for, well, we'll wait till, camp comes around. Maybe somebody gets injured or someone doesn't like the position or, they'll trade someone and
someone's
I'll
going to need you at the deadline. A contender's going to need you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, Whitey. I truly think if he was a hot commodity, he'd be signed by now.
Oh, he's definitely not a hot commodity.
Do you want to, how about this? Do you want to sit in the league, Russell Westbrook, and still have a foot in the door and you get some DMP CDs a few times throughout the year? Or do you want to go ahead on over there to the Philippines and get your ball on? Do you want to go to Greece? Do you want to go to Italy? Do you want to head over to Puerto Rico League like DMC?
Or
I don't know, man.
You want to, like Ray Allen used to do, you want to sit out the half the year and then see if anybody needs you.
I don't see him like that, though.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
He likes to hoop.
Yeah. We'll come back and look at the story on the Kings and Russell Westbrook that has pretty much all of it wrong next on Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Good for him. Remember the 209 Dave, what if you turn this into his bit into a bit and continue to pretend like you don't know? I don't hate that.
No, Kyle's going to narc on us.
Yeah, he will. Kyle's a narc.
What a narc.
You know how you know he's a narc? How? Those pants. Could that be our new promo, please, instead of Weird Media?
You can listen to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, or the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Summer's wrapping up, and life is picking back up. Early mornings, long days, and a to-do list that doesn't quit. And neither should you. Who has time to slow down due to body pain? That's why there's Aleve, to keep you going. With just one pill, Aleve delivers longer-lasting body pain relief per dose compared to other leading OTC branded pain relievers. Aleve helps keep you moving from sunup to sundown with up to 12 hours of pain relief per dose, so you can keep moving and be ready for whatever's next. Use as directed.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection, 0.5 milligrams.
You still have 40 million plus vehicles globally that are driving around with a potential ticking time bomb, a grenade in either their steering wheel or their dashboard. When we look to what injuries may have transpired from a defective airbag, we generally see loss of vision in an eye, or we see facial lacerations. We also see hearing loss. Unfortunately, we started seeing death after death after death. When that passenger airbag exploded, it basically degloved his entire face. He lost his nose, he lost his right eye. The type of catastrophic injuries that one is more accustomed to seeing in a Hollywood movie, not something from a device in an automobile that's supposed to protect you. Morgan & Morgan has a national reach in terms of handling and prosecuting cases, notwithstanding the team of lawyers that we have collected that focus only on product liability day in and day out.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's going on for the Make This the Summer Sales event?
Now is the time to enjoy all California has to offer. And what better way than a brand new 2025 Jeep Wrangler? And right now you can save up to $10,000 off MSRP. Don't miss your chance to save on one of America's best-selling SUVs.
What's this I hear about 50 vehicles under 20 grand?
Yes. At the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, we have nearly 200 vehicles in stock, including Hemis, diesels, heavy duties, 4x4s, and 50 under $20,000. So whatever you're looking for, you can find it at Hoblet. We're a fifth-generation family dealer, and when you buy from Hoblet, you're treated like family because you become family. Don't miss our award-winning customer service and some of the best prices you will find on the truck of your dreams.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
10,000 total net savings on select new 2025 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon X after 5,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. 3 at this net savings. Sample VIN 622117. See dealer for details.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash, Vincent Mason, and Adriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo with RVs of Sacramento and the Sled Museum of Science and Curiosity. Tickets at CITPFest.com. High voltage live boxing action returns to the venue on September 6th as Uppercut Promotions presents Thunder Showdown with 6 big fights on the bill, featuring local lightweight standout Kyle Lakinlali, who enters the ring undefeated. And don't miss a big heavyweight showdown with Chinese heavyweight Jung Long Sing and Sacktown's own Vikas Dial. Thunder Showdown, coming September 6th to the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Fight card subject to change.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm Whitey Gleason with Jay Johnson today. I just ran across something very interesting, a very interesting tidbit on the newest Raider, Amari Cooper. We will get to that in just a moment. Some things shaken around NFL rosters today. We'll look at all of that in just a moment. First, we wrap up the Russell Westbrook talk for now. You've seen the stories. First, it was Grant Afseth, who a couple days ago said Kings are trying to trade Malik Monk any way they can because they want to create room for Russell Westbrook. Then Mark Stein came out with, I was going to say a rebuttal. Maybe it served that purpose, and maybe it was from the Kings, but it said, Kings now they're not looking to trade Malik Monk. They're looking at a way to bring in Russell Westbrook without trading Malik Monk. So that's what we've been talking about. Is there room for both on the roster? Could they both play? Then we have this, Jay, from Fansided, which I bring up as another example of how the facts can be twisted by people that need content. And this, I think this is just wrong. What do you think? With August almost over, Russell Westbrook still without a team. The Kings have been linked to Westbrook in recent weeks, but talks have stalled between the two sides. Okay, I don't believe that's. I don't believe that's.
Who is this?
True. This is the gentleman who wrote this is Eamon Castles for Fansided.
Man, come on, Whitey. Man, just move on. What else? What's next?
I'm just pointing out
What's
that
next?
This is what happens, and you need to be aware of this stuff. And if you see it, just say, eh. He goes on to name 3 teams that should try to buy low on Westbrook because talks have stalled between the Kings and Russell Westbrook. That's not true. That's not what's going on. It sounds like Russell Westbrook and the Kings have, for the most part, agreed on things, doesn't it, Jay? They just need a roster spot. It's not like they've been talking, we can't come to an agreement. That's not what's going on here at all, okay? So if you run across anything along those lines, that's not accurate. Sounds like the Kings have a great deal of interest in Russell Westbrook. Sounds like they're the only team with interest in Russell Westbrook, and the interest is mutual. So talks have not stalled. That is not correct. And we all need to be better than that.
You got it, Whitey.
Yes.
I'm not even going to
Thank you.
fire off on Ian
Thank
Castle
you.
or whoever that was. Matt Castle.
Now, speaking of trades and deals, we have a word today that Jacoby Myers of the Raiders, this was a surprise, requesting a trade. Didn't see that coming. Then shortly after we got that news, we found out that the Raiders are signing free agent receiver Amari Cooper to a 1-year deal. Now, Diana Rossini posting this about an hour ago. This caught my eye, Jay.
Okay.
Diana Rossini. Cooper had interest from multiple teams, including the 49ers, but elects to sign with Las Vegas. Matt Barrows comments on that, says SF still shopping. The 49ers had interest in Amari Cooper. I was assuming they must not want him. But according to this report, and maybe it's coming from Amari Cooper's camp,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he had his choice of a number of teams, including the Niners. He decided to go to the Raiders.
Yeah. I not much to see in the form of something new. Diana Rossini last week, again, her report was the Jets, the Raiders, the Niners, the Steelers, and somebody else who I'm blanking on are all
Vikings?
shopping. The Vikings?
They've been mentioned a lot as one of those teams. Maybe they weren't the team.
Yeah, are all shopping for a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't surprise me. I would imagine the 49ers, and they should have, if they haven't, they should literally be picking up the phone to talk to every wide receiver to fill them out, see if there's some interest, and make sure that their name is up on somebody's whiteboard.
Yeah. Well, we know that Juwan Jennings has a calf issue.
Allegedly.
We don't know too much, but it apparently the issue is right where the calf muscle connects to the wallet. That's where he's having an issue, it would appear. And that's his right.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan says, with calves, you never know. So the 49ers have not even acknowledged publicly that it's an issue with his contract. Maybe it's not. Juwan Jennings on Instagram last week posted something, or maybe it was over the weekend, something that suggested, he's not happy, and that's maybe why he's not participating. So against that backdrop, we have Jacoby Myers requesting a trade, and we have this from John Breach, CBS Sports, and we can count on him, right?
Yes,
He's a little more reliable.
He's locked in, brother.
Yeah. He says 4 NFL teams that should try to make a trade for Jacoby Myers. He's got the Patriots. These are probably some of the Rossini teams that you mentioned, Jay. He's got the Steelers. He's got the Vikings, and he's got the San Francisco 49ers. So is there a possible match there? If things are not working out for the 49ers and Juwan Jennings, you have, as Larry Krueger pointed out, you have 3 choices, Jay. Let's make a deal. Let's make a wide receiver deal. Okay?
Let's do it.
You're the one. You these are your 3 choices with Juwan Jennings.
Okay.
1, you can sign him to a new deal, make him happy, and he's going to play. 2, you can do what apparently they're doing now, which is he's under contract. He's going to have to pay if he doesn't play. So he's going to play. We think he's fine. He'll be healthy. Sorry, Juwan, no more contract. You're going to play. Or 3, you trade him. Those basically are your 3 options. And I know there are some particulars in there that are unknowable. For example, well, if you trade him, what can you get back for him? But if just based on what we know, with those as your 3 options.
Give me the first one.
The first one is, what do you want? How much do you want? We'll extend you. We'll make you happy. And then you'll be part of the family and you'll play. And here we go.
I don't know, Whitey. I think it's a little bit of mixture of all of them.
It's tough. That's basically, you got to do one of those 3 things. And it looks like the Niners at least want him to think, oh, we're going number 2.
Right.
You're going to have to, which is number 2 for you. You're just going to have to, you're going to have to play. You're under contract.
To play, yeah. And take what's given.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Double J. I like Juwan Jennings.
I do too.
I think he's a good wide receiver. I think he's a heck of a 3. Could be a number 2. Would love to see it. And I mean, he proved it a lot last year. You know, I go back to the Super Bowl situation. If the 49ers win, he's the MVP, right? I think we all agree on that. But that doesn't say him because, I mean, look, Larry Brown was the MVP of the Super Bowl. So I get some people want to kick back on it and all that type of stuff. So
who was the Steeler quarterback that threw him the ball like twice? Just
it's not Neil O'Donnell, was it?
Yeah, just threw him like, hey, I'm going to throw the ball to you.
Yeah.
Catch it. You'll be the MVP.
Yeah. Here you go, brother.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's interesting. I have no clue. I have no clue. I think they would probably, as you said, like number 2, but when it's really all said and done, I think they'll pony up the money if they feel like it. One thing about the Niners, they tend to pony up the money just on their own schedule, you know, a la the Dallas Cowboys. We'll see, though. We'll see. I think Juwan is definitely playing his hand to a good rhythm, but I could also say I could definitely see him playing himself out of the future.
I like him too.
You know,
I would hope that you could talk to him and get him to agree to play. But option number 1, pay him. That probably is bad for their business going forward next year into the cap and all that. Option number 2 is just you have bad feelings and, you know, he doesn't want to do it and he's probably not going to give 100%. That's bad. I would go, if I can get anything worthwhile, I would trade him. And because I like him, not because I don't like him. I think he's good, but I don't think 1 and 2 are, I think long term, they're not good for me.
Yeah.
So I would trade him.
What do you think he's worth? Because football, you know, value seems to not be there a lot of times.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like a 4th, a 3rd? You're not getting a 1.
Because a quarterback, you get, like, if you get a 3rd for a quarterback, that's
You're
good,
doing
right?
well,
So
yeah.
is there any way I can finagle some kind of deal where I get another wide receiver for him?
Probably of lesser value. I think someone would want to say, you know, we want to win the trade. We want to win the deal.
Yeah. So I'm not getting Jacoby Myers for Juwan and draft picks. Huh?
No. That's out, brother. That's 100% out.
All right.
I'm definitely, if you're getting that from somebody, we need to make the deal yesterday, let alone today. 100%.
Right. The 49ers, of course, will be scouring the waiver wire with cutdown day is tomorrow, at 1, I think?
Is it 1 or 2? It's one of them. Yeah, it is. 1 or 2 doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
So the 49ers will be looking at wide receiver options and presumably offensive line options.
Hopefully.
There's a pretty good player that the Eagles actually let go today. He was going to be a backup, but the 49ers got to look at backup tackles. Do I need to look at kickers, Jay? What do you think if I'm the 49ers?
You should be.
Really?
Why not?
Thank you.
Why wouldn't you?
Because you know they're not going to.
Of course not.
Because they're all in on Money Moody.
Absolutely they are.
Spent a 3rd-round pick on him.
Absolutely they are. Hence why I said there's nothing to be – there's concern, but it's not surprising. Every 40th man, you know what's interesting is it kills me in the form of if you know what's in front of you and you know where you've come from, then why are we all surprised? It'll be different if Joseph was still in camp or, you know, they're consistently every week saying this is not going to be acceptable. It's not going to be acceptable. Then we'll know. Hey, we know there's a problem with the kicker. Shanahan and them know there's a problem with the kicker, but they're all in. They put 3rd-round pick on them.
How do you think anybody, the 49ers themselves, most importantly, but us in the media, how do we know how good the 49ers are going to be this year? When you've got all these injuries, you've got a lot of injuries to your wide receivers. The kicker situation is unstable, but that's not unusual for a kicker. But that's probably not even the most pressing need now. You're relying so much on your young defenders. You're relying on guys like McCaffrey to bounce back from injury. You've got an older team. I mean, I know the schedule is very favorable, but I look at this team, Jay. I'm not sure what to expect. I mean, more positive than negative, but how does anybody know with all the variables they're looking at all of a sudden?
No one. And if they say they do, then they fooling themselves. No one knows what's going on as we move forward in every season. How many times do we see the bottom tier of the NFL flip to the top tier, or the bottom tier, flip to, making the playoffs? No one knows. I truly don't know what to expect from this 49ers team. I could see this 49ers team going 11-6, and I could see this 49ers team going 8-9. I have no clue.
But that's pretty much your floor.
Pretty much. I could see 7-10 though. Oh. Yeah, because the one thing the 49ers are going to have is injuries. Unless proven otherwise, I expect CMC to miss 2-3 games. Unless proven otherwise, I expect Trent Williams to miss 4 games.
Right.
I expect Kittle to miss 1 or 2 games. I expect Juszczyk to miss 1, 2, 3 games. We're already missing Ayuk.
Dominic Pooney has a knee injury.
He's hurt.
He might not be ready for week 1, which is what they're saying. But how do you know he's going to be ready for week 2?
I have no clue. I mean, Ronaldo Green just got up on his 2 feet, starting corner. A lot of we've been ringing the bell of Upton Stout and Marcus Siegel and guys like all those dudes are unproven. You couldn't have told me coming into the season that Jair Brown and Malik Mustafa wasn't going to be the safeties for the 49ers. Jair Brown may not even make this team. Wow. If you pay attention to what the insiders are saying. I just saw somebody, and I think it was Nick Wagoneer from ESPN, just put out a he prognosticated the 53-man roster for the 49ers. And Jair Brown was, and I can go find it because it was on ESPN. He was making it as if he might be the last safety. Yeah. Like what? So I don't, nothing will surprise me for the 49ers. I'll say this, as a part of the faithful, this team's not a Super Bowl team. That's just me. Now, anything else in between, I'm willing to accept. I don't think they get close to winning the Super Bowl.
Jared Williams in the chateau says the Niners should have jumped on Keenan Allen. Big miss. He also says,
I agree with that.
If Pearsall balls out week 1, Jennings will be magically healed.
He might be true. You might be true. And that's why I said I think Juwan Jennings has played his cards pretty close to the vest, but I think he's played it well. Because this is his time for him to shine. You guys need me. I'm no longer a want. I'm a need. But that's saying a lot when you've been the number 3 receiver, not the first and the 1 and 2 on paper. So truly, he's the number 2. If Ayuk was healthy, he'd be the number 2. But I would venture to say Tricky Ricky P might have gotten the number 2, the Y or the Z. What did that be? The X and the Z? What is it? The Z, right? Yeah. The Z position.
Y is a tight end.
Right. Yeah. So the Z position, and Juwan may still be the 3rd wide receiver because Tricky Ricky P was a 1st-round draft pick last year. And I truly think the 49ers see Juwan Jennings as someone. It's kind of like they view Juszczyk like this, I think, in many different ways. He is better than anybody that you're going to line him up against. And we like the fact that our number 3 or our fullback is going to be better than your linebacker or your safety. And we're really going to hit, or your nickelback in Juwan Jennings situation. And we're going to attack that.
Kyle Shanahan has done a very, very good job, maybe even an excellent job since he's been here. The 49ers have been to 2 Super Bowls. Of course, they haven't won one yet. I know. But when you're competing for Super Bowls, what was it? Basically, it was like every other year for a while there, or every year for a stretch. Then the things that you're not doing well as a team, like offensive line issues, well, they're competing for a Super Bowl. It's okay. Special teams, if you're competing for a Super Bowl and you almost won a Super Bowl, okay. But after last year, if you win 6 games last year, and then you follow it up with another down year this year, especially with an easy schedule, at some point, the things that Kyle Shanahan has not addressed, the things that he has not been able to improve out of stubbornness or whatever, if they have a down year this year, maybe even if they're out in the first round and special teams are still an issue and the offensive line is still an issue, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you have to address these things. You're doing it wrong. Now, we're not there yet. They may end up winning 13 games this year, but it's just maddening to see with Jake Moody struggling as much as he did, and given how the 49ers just anointed him this year early on, well, we're going to have Joseph kick against him. We're going to have some competition. No, never mind. Moody's the guy. And you still have all the injuries as well and the special teams failures every year. At some point, if this year's another down year, which it shouldn't be, but to your point, Jay, it certainly could be, then Kyle Shanahan is going to have to be held accountable. He's going to have to do something differently.
I would hope so.
Mm-hmm.
What's a down year for you?
I think this year, if you could even get into the playoffs if you have 10-7, get in the playoffs, get out in the first round. And Kyle has already kind of laid the groundwork for, hey, we're kind of rebuilding this year. We're just trying to get in the playoffs. To me, if you're underperforming and it's like, they should have won more games and you're knocked out in the first round, I think that could be underperforming. We'll have to see. I don't think just, you make the playoffs, good job. Because you look at teams since 2019 when the 49ers really became contenders. You look at some of the organizations that have been up there and have stayed there. Philadelphia, right? Kansas City. It's not easy to do, but you're talking about teams that have won multiple Super Bowls and are still at that level.
Yeah.
Then why can't you do that? And I know that's a high bar, but that's what we brought you here to do.
To win Super Bowls.
That's why this year is really important, in my opinion.
So a first round wild card exit, and he's got to answer questions.
I would think that he would at least have to look at, maybe I should do things a little differently.
Yeah.
I'm not saying necessarily get rid of him.
Right, right.
A lot of fans will.
Yeah,
a lot of fans already feel that way.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely on a hot seat by fans, right? We can agree to that. There is a group of fans who really would love to see Kyle Shanahan be replaced.
TC.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. But we always ask those questions, and we talk to reporters and insiders and NFL Circle, the media, players, former players. It's like, who's the person to replace them? I think the easy answer now is Robert Saleh. Now, prior to this, this season or last few seasons, I would have ventured to say, I don't know if anybody could come up with an answer, but Robert Saleh didn't do the best with the Jets either.
Right, but the defense was good.
Oh, no doubt.
But you're right.
It wasn't all on him.
They didn't win enough games.
Yeah, I think some people are like, but he never had a quarterback, and he played with Aaron Rodgers, and they kind of give him built-in excuses, so to say, or things to lean on 100%. So I don't know, Whitey. I really don't know. And to each their own, eye of the beholder. Some people will say, well, he got to the playoffs again. And we've heard people come on this show and say, man, all he does is make it to the playoffs, Whitey.
Yeah, and he's even said that already. Like, we're just trying to get into those playoffs this year.
Yeah, man. You think that's the barometer that's been set? People have
He's trying to set it.
You better, yeah.
And I hope they win, 14 games.
It's not going to happen.
Really?
And this team's not that good to be winning 14 games. 14-3?
Schedule's powder puff. I wouldn't say that when Drapes is here, but it's.
Yeah, but okay, let me ask you something. And
they're probably not. Look, I agree with you. They're probably not. I just said I hope they do.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah.
Go 17-0.
Yeah, there you go.
Make it 20. I don't know. I just don't see this team on the O-line and on the D-line being dominant enough to say, yeah, that's a 14-win team. If you look at the O-line, beside Pooney and Trent Williams, who I surely feel he's going to miss 3-4 games. What else are you excited about? Jay Brindle?
Who just drafted
Barch?
A left tackle in the first round? The freaking Chiefs.
Chiefs?
Yeah. 49ers don't do that. They just don't do that. And I know that they have specific needs. Their linemen, because they run a lot of zone stuff, they need guys that can move better, but they just, we'll just get somebody, later on.
Just make it simple, make it easy.
5th, 6th round, and then we'll plug them in to our offensive line.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully it won't matter.
From all accounts, Colton McKivitz looks a whole lot better right now. I don't know what that means, but we'll get the Mayokos and the Barrows, and we'll get a couple guys on this week. Say Colton McKivitz came this season renewed. He's reinvigorated.
Yes,
he's ready to go. He's putting his hands on people. I don't know, man. Hopefully it's 2 times better than last year.
Emerson Pilates coming up top
allegedly.
of the hour. Yeah, he threatens to be on his way now.
Yeah, I mean,
if no one lets him in, technically he's not going to make it in there, right? I mean, in theory. Yeah, so coming up the rest of the hour before Emerson joins us, we'll look at the new movie that's coming up, or at least it's in the early stages, the Kobe Bryant draft. They're making a movie out of that. Also, as far as the 49ers go, Jay, here's a theory from somebody who knows the Niners very well on why they get hurt so much. See what you think of that when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
The Allen Styles Show.
Somebody was talking about the Raiders and how good Derek Carr looked and how they wanted to do the sit him for a year thing, but it's just really hard when you got a Lamborghini in the garage and you want to test it out and drive the Lamborghini around. And who is the Lamborghini in the garage right now for the Kings? Is it Keon? Keegan can't be the Lamborghini. Keegan's playing.
You can listen to the Allen Styles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Fidium Fiber.
I'm Dirk Fedorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A little bit of a delta breeze will have to cool temperatures off overnight tonight into the mid to low 60s. We will see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies on Tuesday with temperatures in the mid to low 90s and the chance for a few sprinkles. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
It's about time they
fixed that pothole.
Invented better windshield wipers.
Made an internet that just works. Fidium Fiber Internet, starting at only $30 a month. It feels like Fidium. Offer available to residential customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See Fidium.com for details.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. Today, you're going to pay down your credit card bill. But you decide when you'll pay it. Before the due date, so those interest charges don't get you. But you decide if you pay it in full. But you definitely should, because again, interest charges. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Attention taxpayers. If you owe $5,000 or more and have missed another tax deadline, you're officially on the IRS's radar. The IRS has resumed aggressive collections. That means wage garnishments, bank levies, even seizures of your home, car, or retirement accounts. If you owe $5,000 or more and missed the deadline, you're stacking new debt on top of what you already owe. Call Priority Tax Relief now. Their experts fight back fast and are saving their clients millions in tax debt every month.
I owed over $50,000
and they settled it for pennies on the dollar. These guys are as legit as they come.
After speaking on my behalf with the IRS, my entire debt of $25,000 will be eliminated. Whether you've received collection letters or you're already facing liens and garnishments, call for your free consultation. There are no upfront fees. Priority tax relief. Let's make your taxes our priority. Call 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584. 800-406-1584.
Priority tax relief. Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
The Tribe Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Here's what the people are saying on the streets, or at least in the text line here. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Jay and Whitey. We got Marty from Philly. Says, hey, Jay, I just want to say, I remember hearing your voice on 1140 for the first time. I remember thinking, how is this dude going to fit in? Well, man, you fit in. You're really good. Marty from Philly.
Shouts out to Marty, man.
Marty.
Think Marty's an Eagle fan? He should be, huh?
He really should be.
Yeah, he should be.
It's hard to hold that against him.
No, absolutely. It is too, man. We got good people in Philly, just not Kyle Draper.
Right.
Well, we have good people who come from Philadelphia.
Right.
Just not Kyle Draper.
Yeah. Justin says he's coming after me. Do you not watch the games? How could you say Kyle Shanahan has done an excellent job? Give me a break, Whitey. I said he's done a very good to excellent job because since 2019, Kyle Shanahan has kept the 49ers. Remember, he's running the whole show. He's not just the coach. He's basically running football ops. They've been relevant. I know they haven't won a Super Bowl, but they've been to two. And you remember just what they were before? So, yeah, I'd say he's done a very good job. I know that he's got his foibles and he's got his blind spots. And we were just talking about how if this year's a bad year, I was saying, maybe he's going to have to realize he's stubborn. But overall, he's kept the 49ers near the top of the NFC. He's done a good job.
Yeah, I think if you ask most people, they would say he's done a good job, if not a great job. Yeah. There's been some lulls, peaks and valleys for sure. 100%.
And you can say, well, this is bad and he hasn't gotten this right in special teams. So that's all fair. But overall, Justin, come on. Yeah, I do watch the games, Justin.
Well, maybe, allegedly. Highlights, right?
Yeah, I watch the highlights on Sunday night.
You know what's interesting? And shouts out to Marty. I forgot to say thank you, by the way. You know what's interesting is this. We all have the opportunity to watch the game, and we all are able to formulate opinion, and that's what's great about sports, at least for me. It's always interesting when we come here and we have a great discussion and talk about it, and you have people who are like, man, what happened, during this play? And then you have people who are like, this play was fantastic, and I don't see the problem. Sports are great in the form of people get to see the game, and the POV, the point of view, is always something that I find so interesting. and you have the TCs of the world who's like, man, Shanahan has to go. And then we'll have on Mark Schlereth, and he'll laugh and he'll say, Kyle Shanahan fired. What do you mean? This dude's taking you to 2 Super Bowls and been in the playoffs multiple times. How could you want this guy fired? But we're all watching the same thing. Why? Like how it's amazing how we see sports. And that's what, to me, that's what makes it so great.
Yeah.
Truly is.
Yeah. Well, as you said, I mean, let's say, well, Philly opens against Dallas.
Yeah.
But let's say they.
And I hate Dallas more than I hate Philly.
Yeah. Let's say Philly starts 1-2 or something. They won a Super Bowl last year.
Right.
I'm not saying they will, but
sure.
If they do, what are we going to hear about? Oh, my goodness. I mean, I'll be saying it myself. Papers here. Oh, what happened to them? Total collapse. You know, it's like, well, they just won a Super Bowl.
Right.
So you're right.
I'm still full.
From the 916, and I know you saw this, Jay.
Yeah.
You were talking about McKivitz. Someone says McKivitz gave up a sack first play to the Raiders.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And Justin, you asked if I watched the games. I haven't watched that atrocity, that preseason atrocity Saturday, the Chargers and the 49ers. Jay, they set a preseason record for punts in a quarter with 8.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Why are you watching that? Weren't you on vacay?
I wanted to see. I was back from vacay. I wanted to see Trey Lance.
Okay. But after all the punts, you didn't move on?
I watched a little bit.
All
I
right.
started watching some baseball, you know.
Why wouldn't you just go ahead and
Dodgers.
record that and come back to that later?
Because then it's like, oh, I still got to watch that game. You want to get it
It becomes
over.
something
You don't
on
want
the
it hanging
to-do list.
over. You're like, oh man, you know, it's like I got to go to the dentist later. Like, oh, I gotta watch that game later.
Well, if
you don't
you're-
want any part of that.
If you're comparing preseason to the dentist, then that lets you know you shouldn't even be watching
Sometimes you got to go to the dentist. Sometimes I feel I have to watch the preseason.
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
did want to see.
Definitely need to
Trey
go to the
Lance and
dentist.
Harbaugh's return to Levi's Stadium. Jerry Rice's son, Terrell Owens' son, 8 punts in the first quarter.
Dude, I would say you need to find something to do, but you got Jake the Bird. You've got a grandson. I was going to say brand new, but Kenji's one. And then on top of that, you've had one of your daughters have moved back here to Sacramento.
Right.
You got some things to do. You should probably capitalize on that.
I know, but
versus watching Trey Lance and 8 punts.
we were just back, you know, and it's like I get that. All right, I got to catch up. What are we going to do? Oh, let's see. 49ers are on. My mother-in-law, she said she turned it when it was tied. She's like, yeah, she's smarter than I was.
Right. Come on now. It's time to you connect when the real season comes. Did you watch any college football this past weekend?
I didn't. What did I miss?
Not much.
Okay.
Yeah. Good game, though. Well, let me take that back. Kansas State, Iowa State. That was a good game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Here's a theory from someone who knows a lot about the 49ers on why they get hurt so much. Would you agree that Matt Barrows knows a lot about the 49ers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's tied in.
Yeah. This was from a mailbag in The Athletic a couple weeks ago. He says, I don't think there's any question that the 49ers practice harder and faster than most NFL teams, including in training camp. Consider the player quotes in this story from 2023, one of them from receiver Chris Conley. It's not about preservation here. It's about attacking, end quote. And Matt Barrow says, in my opinion, that's one of the things that contributes to them getting injured more often. There's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different factors. It's football, but that's someone who has watched them very closely for a long time who suggests, I think the intensity with which they practice may contribute to them having more injuries than other teams. Now, the other side of that same coin is, I know in past years, people have looked at that and said, that's why they're so good, because they practice harder than other teams. So it's just a theory, Jay, from someone who would know. It's his theory that the 49ers practice harder than other teams, and that may contribute to how they have more injuries than other teams. Unprovable, just a theory.
Right. But weren't the 49ers just in the mix last week about the static stretching and them not did you see that on vacation?
I heard about that, and
Okay.
I didn't pay much attention to it.
Yeah, so basically the discourse was around someone on social media, and I want to say
Was it? It was Grant Cohn.
Well, no, he took it from someone that had posted. So it was like a commentator, something, not a known subject, but someone, maybe a fan or local person for the Broncos was like, hey, listen, the 49ers don't do static stretching. And I just saw Denver put in an extra 60 minutes or so. And then Grant Cohn, doing what Grant Cohn does, he jumps on the narrative and says, oh, yeah, this is, their practices are short. So are their warm-ups. So it kind of like contradicts what Matt Barrows is saying, which is super interesting. But Matt Barrows has been around the team longer than I damn near been alive.
Yeah.
So it's like a give and take. And didn't we just talk about that? How people can see the same thing and take so many, take a different point of view, a different bird's eye view from it. It's so interesting, Whitey, because you got Matt Barrows and Chris Conley talking about it. Then you have a person, and then, Grant Cohn jumps on and is like, well, their practices are short. But Matt Barrows just said they was long.
Yeah.
He said fast and
harder and faster.
Okay, excuse me.
Yeah.
So harder and
So
faster.
that's an interesting point.
Grant Cohn says they're short and they don't do static stretching.
Okay, I don't know about the static stretching. What is that? What is static stretching? I don't know. Does that mean you're static, and then you stretch?
I think it's more like calisthenics.
Okay.
I mean, not and I could be wrong, but I believe it's the length that they were talking about. They don't stretch as much as possible. They don't hold on to the stretch as long as other teams, and they don't do certain exercises that other teams do.
Remember, it was after either 2017 or 2018, if I'm not mistaken, after one of Kyle Shanahan's first years with the Niners, they basically blew out the training staff.
Yes.
Because they thought, well, this is just not acceptable. We
Right.
have too many injuries. And that didn't really do the trick. So that would suggest it's something else, which would suggest maybe Matt Barrows is onto something, but it's unprovable. There's no way to know for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe it's, they have so many older players. But it's not always older players that are getting hurt.
That's very true.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of youngsters getting hurt. There's a bunch of everybody on this team getting hurt from A to Z. You name it, they've been hurt. I have no clue. People were talking about their warm-ups were short last week. 49ers are under the gun when it comes to injuries. And I don't know how you change it. I've been one to say blow it out again. Change the nutrition, change the schedule, change the travel, change whatever you need to. If we eating broccoli tomorrow, we eating, Brussels sprouts. No more broccoli. I don't know what the problem is with the 49ers, minus the fact of, injuries, not soft tissue, bones broken, tear your pec, stuff like that. But there's a lot of soft tissue injuries for the 49ers.
One thing I'd do, and maybe they're already doing this, it's possible. Maybe this is something that they would do without wanting to publicize it, but I would, given how much money you have invested in these players, I would spend whatever it took to go have somebody compare the way we do everything that involves, potentially injuries, the way we prepare players physically, compared to every other team, and tell me if you find any differences. Please take as long as you need. We need this information.
True.
Because we have to find if there's any way to prevent this. Maybe it's not preventable, but I would spend a lot of money to try to get
I would too. Yeah, the analytics game, huh?
Yeah.
Do a little research.
Medical analytics. What's the largest NFL Week 1 point spread, Jay? You interested in that? I got that for you when we come back. Sacktown Sports.
The Allen Styles Show.
Somebody was talking about the Raiders and how good Derek Carr looked and how they wanted to do the sit him for a year thing, but it's just really hard when you got a Lamborghini in the garage and you want to test it out and drive the Lamborghini around. And who is the Lamborghini in the garage right now for the Kings? Is it Keon? Keegan can't be the Lamborghini. Keegan's playing.
You can listen to the Allen Styles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, everybody, it's Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, and let me tell you about the great deals they have going on right now. You can receive up to $9,500 in bonus cash when you lease select models. Not interested in a lease? How about a certified pre-owned vehicle? That's right. They have low rates for up to 36 months, or maybe you're looking to buy brand new. Well, they got you covered when it comes to that as well. And if you're looking for an electric vehicle, well, check out their deals on e-sprinters. Take it from me. I'm now rolling in the finest ride I've ever had. I'm driving the all-new electric EQS SUV. I don't have to worry about filling my tank at all. It's a long-range vehicle, and not only do I love it, my family loves it as well. So take it from me, Kyle Draper. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is where you want to go to buy your new vehicle. They believe that when you buy the finest car in the world, you deserve the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5 or online anytime at mbfstockton.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
You still have 40 million plus vehicles globally that are driving around with a potential ticking time bomb, a grenade in either their steering wheel or their dashboard. When we look to what injuries may have transpired from a defective airbag, we generally see loss of vision in an eye, or we see facial lacerations. We also see hearing loss. Unfortunately, we started seeing death after death after death. When that passenger airbag exploded, it basically degloved his entire face. He lost his nose, he lost his right eye. The type of catastrophic injuries that one is more accustomed to seeing in a Hollywood movie, not something from a device in an automobile that's supposed to protect you. Morgan & Morgan has a national reach in terms of handling and prosecuting cases, notwithstanding the team of lawyers that we have collected that focus only on product liability day in and day out.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Ooh, baby, baby, that's right, that's what I'm talking about. Enjoy to see you come, but really love it when you walk it out. Colder than New Yorkers when the hawk is out. When it comes to hip-hop discussions, I ain't the one they really talk about.
Drapes and Whitey. Whitey and Drapes. You know the pair, the Drive Guys.
Today you got Jay and Whitey, Drive Guys with Kyle Draper, enjoying vacation. I just got back from vacation. You know, we, as fans, we argue about sports all the time. We argue on the show about things from time to time. Jay and I argue. Drapes and I argue. Had an argument before I left home today, Jay. I'd like to think I won the argument, but I don't know that I did. And it was an argument not about sports, but about how smart birds are. We were talking, Sheena showed me a picture of an owl, like this really cool photograph. And I said, you know, owls, as I understand it, they're supposed to be, they have a reputation for being smart because it looks like they wear glasses, but they're not really that smart compared to other birds. She's like, what birds are smart? And I said, crows. Crows, I showed her video of a crow playing tic-tac-toe. I don't know if you've seen that. She's like, that's fake.
I've heard crows are very, very intelligent.
Yeah, and I think this was actually a raven. And I showed her the video, and the raven's like, and every time he puts down a little piece on the board, he's like, rah! And she said, well, that they could have rehearsed that. And, you know, he could have, the guy could have practiced that with the bird like 100 times, and then you see it, and it was all rehearsed. It's like, no, I think the Crow is actually playing
tic-tac-toe.
So I think I lost the argument, but I don't think I should have. I think it was legit.
Well,
I think the bird was playing tic-tac-toe.
You have the video?
Yeah, it's readily.
You can Google it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take a look at it and see myself.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this. You might win some, but you just lost one. and you could tell me better than I could tell you. It may be a good thing because there are a lot of times when you win,
right,
you really lose.
Right.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So,
right.
Yeah. Just take the L and move on, champ.
Yeah. It was like the fact that I could have been right was not even remotely possible. You know,
You're right.
It's like, you're wrong. It's like, I'm not even going to waste my time considering that you might be right. It's a waste of everyone's time. Why would I do that? Like, but I had evidence.
I think crows are universally recognized as smarter than owls.
Yes, I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah, and ravens and crows are all, this jay that came into our backyard before he moved on to bigger and better things.
Did he have a significant other? Did he move on with
I think he did.
Oh, okay,
that's what it looks like.
So have you not seen him in a while?
Thought I saw him last night on the telephone wire. Went out to see him and he was gone.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Got the point spreads, NFL Week 1 point spreads, Jay.
All right.
You want to hear what the largest one is, the biggest spread? We've got the 3 biggest spreads this opening week, and I know we've got, next weekend they don't play. Does anyone remember that when they used to start the NFL season on Labor Day weekend?
Yeah.
And I guess they decided, people are they're camping and things, and we don't get the TV ratings. So we've got the New York Giants are at Washington, and the Giants are getting 6. That's tied for the 3rd largest spread week 1.
Can I guess?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
I'll guess.
I would have let you guess that one.
Yeah.
Apologize.
I would say.
Do you want me to tell you the numbers and you guess the?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, there's one more that's 6.
Okay.
There's one that's 7, and then the biggest, there's a 7.5 point spread.
Ooh.
And week 1 spreads that big are pretty dangerous because who knows?
Right. Okay, so that you had Giants at
Giants. They're getting 6 at Washington.
Okay.
There's one more team getting 6, one team getting 7, and then one team getting 7 and the hook.
I would say second biggest is probably.
I'll give you another clue.
Ooh,
the other 6 is a home dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Home dog?
Which is really surprising week 1 if you ask me, but I get it.
Oh, gotta be Saints.
Yes, sir.
Saints are terrible.
The Saints are getting 6. They're getting 6 at home against Arizona.
Man, Arizona a touchdown favorite already? Okay, but I mean the Saints are the worst team in the league. I think most people would say that. Okay.
Yeah. The other 2 teams, the team getting 7 is a road team, and the team getting 7.5 is also on the road. Week 1 NFL.
Tennessee, Denver's got to be one of those.
Which one?
I'd say the most.
You are correct again.
Yeah, okay.
The Titans getting 7.5 against Bo Nix and the Super Bowl bound, some would say, Denver Broncos.
And rookie Cam Ward,
Yeah.
Tennessee new coach. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And the other team is getting 6.5.
No, they're getting 7.
7?
Yeah.
And they're on the road?
On the road.
They're getting 7 on the road.
Yes. And they're going to need it.
I don't see it. I would say
I'll bet you your boy Drapes would guess it.
Really? I don't see it. Who is
you
it?
Looking only at the Sunday games there?
No, I got Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Okay.
And Monday.
It's Dallas.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Getting how much?
7.
Really?
At Philadelphia.
I wouldn't have guessed that. 7?
Yes.
The Cowboys are getting 7.
They're getting 7. Yes. And those numbers, I saw that this morning. Your numbers, your mileage may vary and perhaps that number shifted. But yeah, with everything going on, it's the Eagles at home.
Yeah.
And you got everything with Micah Parsons laying down on the sidelines. Did you see that?
That's interesting. Yes. Yeah. Schottenheimer's supposed to be talking to him and all that good jazz.
What's wrong with him? I don't know. I haven't talked to him yet, so I'm not going to say anything.
7 on it. I could see the Cowboys just getting smoked too.
Yes.
Man. Any of those intrigue you if you were to just eyeball? It's Denver, Tennessee, probably, which is the biggest one, right?
I'll tell you the one that
spread.
jumps out, and part of me goes, no. But
Washington over the Giants.
I like Arizona.
Over
That
the-
would be so
over the Saints?
foolish. If the Saints are going to win any games this year, that might be one of the ones that win
It's
just because
week
they're
one.
home.
Yeah.
And they don't know how bad they are yet.
Right.
My dad used to tell me, like baseball, he said, early in the year, you don't want to play the bad teams because they don't know they're bad yet.
Very true. Very true. I think if I'm picking, I'm going to Washington, and I live and die. It's one of those things where if Washington, you want to, and we had John Kine on last week, ESPN reporter and insider for the Washington Commanders. He came on when Brian Robinson Jr. was traded to the 49ers.
You like that trade, by the way?
Yeah, I do. I like it. Yeah. 6th round. I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah.
If Washington is serious about, making it to the Super Bowl, you need to beat teams like that immediately and blow them out. So that's probably where I would go. You just never know what the rookie QB, Cam Ward, all those type of things. That must be Emmerich behind me on the amateur status with the sound. But no, I kid.
Did he bring in his CNC?
Oh,
is that what he's playing with back
I
there?
have no clue what he's got going on back there.
Yeah. You make a strong
might have a
argument.
little Fisher
Just
Price
anything-
tablet.
Yeah. Anything over 4 on opening day, I get the heebie-jeebies about, 'cause
Yeah.
who knows? Remember last year, Cincinnati lost to New England week 1, and
Week
it cost them the playoffs.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah.
Great Joe Burrow.
Uh-huh.
According to you guys.
Evan Pilati's going to join us. Among other things, we'll ask him about the most expensive sports card ever, according to what happened this
That'll be
weekend.
that tobacco card, huh?
Not anymore.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
yeah.
The whole, I read a title. It said Holy Grail. And I'm like, what? So then I look at the two names. I'm like, man, I wouldn't pay $5 for that card.
Evan with details on that and more next on Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Great conditions, a fun layout, and unbeatable value. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines are Sacramento's #1 rated golf destination. With 27 holes, a spacious practice facility, and professional instruction, there's always a way to improve your game. Planning a tournament or corporate event, they offer customizable packages and award-winning catering to make your event effortless. Timber Creek is easy to find in Roseville, but hard to forget. Book your round today at timbercreekgc.com or call 916-774-3851.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash, Vincent Mason, and Adriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo with RVs of Sacramento and the Smud Museum of Science and Curiosity. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Gas prices climbing again? Rude. With 17 fuel-efficient Toyota hybrid models to choose from, you've got options. Get a great deal right now on the fuel-sipping 57 MPG 2025 Prius at Toyota's National Sales Event now through Labor Day. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year no-cost maintenance plan. Get to your local dealer for Toyota's National Sales Event today. Toyota, let's go places. See your Toyota dealer for Toyota Care details and exclusions.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is Alan Stiles on Sacktown Sports 1140, and the big deals are rolling in at Folsom Buick's GMC's end of summer sales event. Right now, take home the 2025 Sierra 1500 Crew Cab Denali with $13,500 off MSRP, or lease it for just $699 a month for 24 months with $5,999 due at signing. This is your chance to drive the bold and powerful Sierra 1500 Crew Cab, built to stand out on the road. When the summer ends, so do these deals. So don't miss out. Visit FolsomBuick.com today.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Great to be back with you, back from vacation with Jay. We got no Kyle Draper today, so I said, look, there's somebody I'd really like to have on the show since Drapes can't be there. Somebody that means a lot to me and I know always brings a lot to the table. And we weren't able to get that person. We were.
So third down the line.
I'm kidding. Erin Pilati with us from True Sports Cards, and people are still raving about the show that you did Saturday, the True Sports Cards show.
Oh, please.
I don't know what was different about it.
What was different was I recorded it because my son's birthday party was at the same time that we were supposed to be live.
Yes, and
So
because I wasn't there.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, why even have it? Yeah, it was a good recording. I did it about 1:30 in the morning from the studio, and recorded that to try to stay as current as possible before airtime. You didn't want to, you don't want to forget something major that might happen, but nothing major happened except for a 3-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah, that was pretty major.
When you invite kids, people to a kid's birthday party, the idea is I can't come is what they're supposed to say.
I feel
but
like
everybody said yes.
I feel like I'm talking to Draper again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Man,
what it is. Yeah.
everybody was my guy on Saturday. We went to
3
Costco
years
for
old.
pizza. Yeah, he
That's
went.
great.
Yeah.
That's
So
tremendous.
it was. He was a great sport about everything. We did the party from 9 to the 12. That's just before the peak of day, before it gets too hot. So we were like, wrap it up, guys.
Yeah,
It's starting to get around 92 degrees. Let's go.
The cake is melting.
Yes, let's go. And of course, I gave away Baby Beckett cartoon, coloring books with crayons. Smart idea. Bringing crayons to a party that's at 100 degrees outside.
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't go too well.
Now I'm in. Beckett is the star of the True Sports Card coloring book, as are you. But I'm in that.
You're
right?
in it.
Have you seen it, Jay?
I'm
look
not.
Yeah, they got it's. Other than the neck bolts, I look like Frankenstein.
We got every wrinkle down.
I got to see this. Is there a picture of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every wrinkle was accounted for.
That's fine. We got a lot to talk about. I want to see what you think of all this Malik Monk and Westbrook stuff. Quarterback, stock up, stock down. But we got to begin, unless you have something more important, Emerin, we got to begin by asking you about the big sale this weekend of the Holy Grail Michael Jordan Kobe Bryant card sold for $12.932 million Saturday night, breaking the record for most ever paid for a sports card. Again, that's $12.932 million.
When you think about a single card that was pulled, you take the GOAT Jordan and you take the late great Kobe Bryant. You have two autographs on the same card. They didn't sign a sticker and put the sticker on there. Literally on the same card, meaning that each gentleman held that card and signed it. And then there's the 2 logo men, meaning the NBA logo from one of their game used jerseys was embedded into the card. So you have 2 of those, one from Kobe and one from Jordan, 2 signatures, one of one. There's only one in the world. Yeah. $13 million. And part of it was done on heritage auction. So may the best bidder win. And the best bidder group was a guy that goes by the name of Shine. That's kind of his pseudonym in the sports card game, but also Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. Kevin O'Leary is part of that ownership group too. So when you look at a guy that's very successful and who is a billionaire in Kevin O'Leary investing into the sports card market, that just goes to show where now the alternative asset eyeballs are at. And I've said this for the last 3 years, the last 2 years on our radio show. People need to look at this as a fun potential stock investment in cards, because while you could buy Apple or while you could buy Amazon, those have turned into solid investments.
Yes.
Apple don't drop 40 on a Tuesday night at Golden One. You know what I mean? So you can watch the fun of it all.
Right.
And then you can also make some decisions that don't pan out. But for the most part, if you look year over year, sports cards have gone up. Here's a great example of that: $13 million for this sale.
Was this pulled by someone? Because I didn't read that deep into the article.
It had to be at one time. Yes, it was.
So
I think it's changed hands a couple times since then, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So how much what box does this even come from?
It's usually out of one of the most expensive ones.
I can answer that.
Go ahead.
Oh,
please.
ESPN had it. Panini's National Treasures and Flawless lines, both of which now run $3,000 plus per box upon release, have become the standard bearer for basketball. So it came from one of those, I believe, Emran. Let's see.
Which is about to change in October.
So it's $3,000 now on the market. What's the MSRP on the box like that
today?
No, because he's saying it was $3,000 today.
Upper Deck first release Exquisite.
Okay.
Charging $500 for one 5-card pack or box for the 2004, 2003, 2004 release. So I don't know. I know I'm giving you all these different numbers, and I'm not actually answering.
Let me give you kind of an idea. For 2003, when it was LeBron's rookie year, those boxes came in something called SP Authentic or Exquisite as an example. It's a brand. It's one of the higher brands that were given out during those times in 2003. And at the time, I think it was like $1,500 a box, maybe like something like 6 cards. But they had this entire box. And what was unique about Exquisite is there was 1 autograph per box, guaranteed. So at that time, 2003, holy, $1,500 for a box. Are you nuts? Nowadays, we see that fairly often.
Right.
Today, if you were to buy that box with no guarantee of it being a LeBron auto or a Kendrick Perkins auto, it could be, anybody in there. And there was a lot of players during 2003 that didn't pan out. We're talking about like TJ Ford. We're talking about like guys like that. So you have those autographs potentially in there. $250,000 a box.
Come on.
Yeah.
No joke.
That set, that Exquisite 2003, 2004, Jay, that was responsible for a $5.2 million LeBron James rookie card, which previously held the record for most expensive basketball card until Saturday.
So
where would one find where could I even find a box that hasn't been opened yet?
There are people that treat these boxes like gold bricks that they stick in their safe deposit bags.
Got you.
I mean, a box of 1986 Fleer. That's the one with the Jordan rookies in them. Those boxes are close to 200,000 sealed. Yeah.
Because some of them are actually worth more unopened.
Correct. I mean, it's just, you never know.
Unopened, you assume it might be in there. Once you open it, sometimes it's not.
You could average 1 Jordan roughly in every 2 boxes. So you figure we've seen 3 Jordans come out of 1 box before. So it's just the collation.
It'd be my luck.
And back then, the way that things were collated were so different because it was like you'd have each guy behind the other one in a sequential order, not 1 through 132, but like, okay, if I get a Jay Humphreys in this one, I'm definitely getting a Jordan. or if I have a Bill Lambier in this box, I'm definitely getting a Larry Bird because they just put them all together and shipped them out. So they didn't mix them up or do anything to vary the run.
Do you know, I would not have known this unless I read it here. Do you know what previously the most expensive card was that sold for $12.6 million in 2022?
12.6 in 2022?
Yeah, according to ESPN.
Should be Mickey 52.
You are correct, sir. Yes, this is 2007-2008 Upper Deck Exquisite Collection Dual Logo Man Autographs, Jordan and Bryant, numbered 101. It surpassed the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card, which in August of 2022 sold for $12.6 million.
Yep. What grade was that?
I don't have
I'm guessing
the
it's a
grade
10.
here,
It's got to be a 10.
but the grade of this one is a 6. A 6.
That happens when you got two guys that have to. Jordan had to take
$12.9 million. It's not even a 10.
If it was a 10, it would have been 40 million. 40 million. I look at this and it's just such a unique situation. And the fact that you have two people bidding, and 2 weeks ago, you and I were on our show talking about if you think this is egregious at $13 million for this card, what about the guy that paid for the Jay Cutler 1/1 for $12,000 for Jay Cutler?
Yes.
What's wrong with that guy?
Apparently the pre-auction estimate was $6 million plus.
Yeah. Because Luka did a $4 million in one of his cards.
You never know where it's going to end up.
Well,
how many of these can we find at True Sports Cards?
The 1/1s?
Yes.
I got like 7 of them back there. 7 1/1s. I mean, what an incredible card. I saw this card. I think it was maybe it's a different card, but I thought it was this card that I saw at the National when I went to Chicago a few weeks back. Because they had it on display at Heritage saying we're going to auction this off. I want to say it's like a 2-week auction.
Okay. Yeah. And I just want to clarify because Jay asked a question and I gave a bunch of different numbers. This card comes from the 2007-2008 Upper Deck Exquisite Collection. It's dual logo man autographs, Jordan and Bryant card. 1 of 1.
Yeah. How'd they get MJ to sign his name on that?
He was exclusive to Upper Deck as
for a long time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that he's out of the contract, but the guy just hasn't really signed anything in years now. Yeah. They usually, like, for example, I know the Kobe contract. Kobe would sit down twice a year and sign 2,500 items for Panini. Because that's it. 2,500 at a time.
Man, they was getting robbed.
Well, maybe. I mean,
no, they were.
Where else are you going to get Kobe auto, right? Like you have to go through Panini because that's the agreement. So they'd sit down. So Jordan, I think, did less than that per year. I want to say he did 1,500 for the entire year under his contract.
Man. So you mean say Upper Deck is agreeing to say you're going to only sign 1,500 items?
No, that's what Jordan says. That's all I'll do.
I need a little more than that.
Another reason this went for so much money is because of the Brett Lemieux fraudulent memorabilia scandal. Lemieux claims to have flooded the market with fraudulent Kobe items following Kobe's passing in 2020. The assistant chief of police in Westfield, Indiana, says they have no updates on that case. But this card, the way it's authenticated, it's ironclad. So everyone knows, like, don't worry about this Kobe card. This is legitimate. And so that makes it more valuable because there's so much other Kobe stuff out there potentially that is not.
It said that the employee of our company literally watched Jordan or another employee watched Jordan and Kobe, so they're putting their entire $1 billion company on the line saying we witnessed it with our own eyes to see that this card was signed by these players. I could tell you right now that that's not the case in today's world because I do John Taylor's autographs for Panini. I bring that to John himself and I'm just sitting there, right, watching him doing it. But we signed an affidavit saying, yes, it is John Taylor doing the signature. John signs it. I sign it as a witness, and then they take it as word as bond.
So before we move on to other things, Emran, this may be a dumb question, but something like this, is it good for the hobby, for the industry, or is there a downside?
I mean, it's neat. I mean, it affects very few of us in the real world, but all boats rise, right? When you see something like this. So what does that mean? Is that a trickle down effect to where Jordan is going to, lower price Jordans then go up as well? Because now if all Jordans go up, and Jordan is on the brink of going up again
Really?
Yeah. Well, he signed an agreement with NBC to
Yes,
do
yes.
commentating
Right.
on a limited basis.
Back in the public eye.
Right. So he's going to be back in the public eye. I would see it like a lot like The Last Dance all over again because, NBC is going to be playing Round Ball Rock by John Tesh.
Yes.
And they're going to go, guess who we have as one of our commentators, the greatest of all time. And they're going to show Jordan highlights and these kids are going to go, whoa. I mean, what Jordan did was amazing for that time. Today it's like, not but like, oh, that's cool. I've seen it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I know what you mean. He's no Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. He didn't do a 720 from the free throw line. Right. Exactly. So I think about one of the greatest dunks ever. It's the birthday cake one that Gerald Green did, where he blew out the candle, the cupcake one. That was incredible.
Yeah.
And I don't think people really understand how great that dunk was. Jordan's fine. He took off from the free throw line, but did he have a cupcake blowout candle dunk?
That was on the part that connects the rim to the backboard, right? And when he went up, he blew it out and dunked
he put a cupcake up there with a birthday candle and he lit it.
Right.
Then comes over and he dunks the ball, but he's up so high above the rim that he goes and blows out the candle during the dunk.
In the dunk contest.
Impressive.
Yeah. And then I think it was Cedric Sabalas one year.
Blindfold,
but you could tell he could see,
the guy ran for like 50 feet. Come on.
You could see easily right through it.
He did like a 3/4 free throw, two-handed dunk.
Yes.
Blindfolded.
I'm getting to say it on to defend yourself.
That guy. They're definitely. It was like a Zorro mask. There were definitely eye holes.
Said he
in
couldn't
that
see,
thing.
man.
I can't see anything. Hold on.
That's what he said,
Goes over,
man. I'm just telling you what he told me.
Water, with the blindfold on, texting people,
You
comes back. Oh, where's the basket?
Should have juked him with a ball and see if he flinched. No, the dude started at half court. How are you gonna start at half court? Okay. Start at half court, dribbling all the way up, and then dunks it first chance.
Right.
Please.
Right.
The theatrics were strong that day.
There was one year in the 4th of July. It was too hot to go outside, and we had family over, and everyone's in the house. And it's one of those things, like, nothing's going on. What are we going to do here? We can't go outside yet. It's too hot. And we ended up watching on NBA TV just all the dunk contests in a row. And I think people are going, why are we watching this? And me and my daughter going, yeah, all right.
So bad.
Harold Miner. That's awesome.
Baby Jordan. Yeah, some of those dunks are just one of the worst dunks ever is Michael Finley cartwheel dunk. You ever see that?
I don't remember that.
He throws it up to him. YouTube this, everybody.
Yeah.
He throws an alley-oop to bounce off the ground, right? So he throws it up, bounces. He does a cartwheel, but the cartwheel's like an old man cartwheel where his legs don't straighten out.
Right.
He's just like a crab doing a cartwheel, grabs it and dunks it, and everybody's like, oh.
Wow. Yeah. Everyone, speaking of basketball, what do you think of all this talk of Westbrook coming here, trying to trade Malik? No, we're not trying to trade Malik. We're trying to add Westbrook without trading Malik. What does it do for you, a longtime Kings fan? You excited about this? Westbrook coming here?
You want me to answer now or you want to go out to a break?
No, we don't have a break yet.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Then I can
I wouldn't
think,
do that to you.
I can think about it. Emmer's idea coming up next. Look, I think that
I know you love Malik.
I do. I love Malik a lot. I really do. Outside of the fact that I have a ton of inventory of his, that's secondary.
That has nothing
Malik's
to do with it. I would go buy that now.
Malik's a good dude. I like him a lot. He plays hard. You know what I mean? He's a pizza guy, and he wants to be here in Sacramento. The circumstances changed under his feet, right?
Yeah,
he thought he was coming here to play with one of his best friends. The best friend's been shipped off. So he's had quite the unsteady foundation underneath his feet from what he thought he was signing into. Okay. And he's just smiled and tried his best, and he got hurt for a while and tried to play hurt for a bit.
Yeah, he played more minutes, I think, last year than he has at any point
As
in
a
his
starter,
career,
and as a
which I don't
starter.
think people talked about enough.
So when you think about what he is probably experiencing, hearing all these rumors, it doesn't feel good. I've said this on our show before. I'm 47 years old, and I get kind of hurt when I read the comments in the YouTube channel, and I'm an adult man.
He really does.
Right? I go like this. Look at this guy. Called me card guy. Doesn't even know my name. I couldn't even imagine being a younger. Just because people make money doesn't mean they're not 27. You know what I mean? They're not. You know, sometimes they're sheltered, sometimes they're not. But they listen to the chatter. They see what's going on, and that this is a this is a really weird place to be in at the beginning of a season, saying we're about to start the season in less than 2 months, and my team is trying to ship me out. I thought I was part of this foundation. I thought I was the starter last year, and you're telling me that you want to bounce me for the 36-year-old? So I would say that if the rumors are really not true, I would love to see Scott Perry. If the rumors are not true, get out there and get in front of it. Say something like, look, that is not our intention. Malik is a key part of this team.
And that's kind of what they said through Mark Stein. Not exactly, but
it's better
Monk
than
is said to have made a positive impression in Sacramento, not only with his play, but how he has embraced his role in the franchise as a King. So that pretty clearly is Scott Perry or somebody telling Mark Stein, look, this is what we think of the guy.
Yeah.
Trying to push back on this notion that we're desperately trying to trade him.
But if it's regarding a roster spot, you can't tell me that you can't two-way one of our bench players, option them in Stockton as a two-way player, and put the position for.
You could do a Terrence Davis, couldn't you, Jay? Yeah, I mean, you could but I think you're right. I'm guessing it's more about the minutes than the spot.
Get the guys, we'll figure it out. Right? Westbrook is out there. He's a net positive, in my opinion. He's still he's productive still to this day. He can come off the bench and give you a double potentially if he gets enough minutes. But if the Kings fans are looking at this year going, we're not going to compete for the championship, we're going to be in the playing world. I don't know, man. I like popcorn. Let's get Westbrook out there. I want to see a Hall of Famer. I can see it Golden One 41 times a year, right? Give me him.
Yeah.
People took Wade in Cleveland and in Chicago. They're like, it's Dwayne Wade. You got to take. I mean, Russell's a first ballot Hall of Famer. If we get a chance to get a guy like that, and we're not going anywhere, and we're kind of waiting out contracts, whatever that looks like, you can read into what I just meant by that. Just kind of, buy the time until we're trying to figure this out. What's it hurt? And if it doesn't work out, we'll release him and he'll be picked up by a contender later in the year.
I wonder if that's part of the appeal from the Kings standpoint, is whether he'd be a draw. Initially, I was thinking that must be a big part of it. The more I think about it, I don't know. But Jay, do you think Russell Westbrook would be, to any degree here, do you think he would be a draw?
Oh, no doubt about it.
Really?
It's the Vince Carter effect. Remember Vince came in at the age of 40?
He came here, I was here. I didn't go a lot of games in, but he wasn't a draw, was he?
But I think it was the eyes on the fact that Sacramento had someone of the ilk of Vince Carter. It's the same thing with Russell Westbrook, but Russell is a little more younger, of course, and he's still more viable as an option.
Yeah, he's more productive than Sanity was at that
point. He might be the most famous number 0 Kings uniform wearer ever, passing Tyrese Halliburton and OP.
Yeah, maybe.
The other thing too, though, is he's going to bring some type of cachet throughout the league, and I think that's what, if nothing else, we've heard this a few times, and I don't know how true it is. If Sam Amick is listening, or whatever, he would text us, or Slater or somebody. He is allegedly a player, a favorite player of Vivek, right? Which is the operating owner of the Sacramento Kings.
Westbrook is?
Yes. Russell Westbrook allegedly is someone that.
Can I ask you about that? Because I was kind of assuming that, but I didn't know that was known. Yes. Okay.
That is something that, people have whispered or murmured throughout the atmosphere that he is a Vivek guy. And we know Vivek tends to have some of his guys, and he has no problem with extending the olive branch, right, fellas? And so I
truly, the only reason Emirates here.
Well, that might be right. Well,
yeah. He went Pilates,
Uncle
Pilates,
yeah,
Pilates.
So I truly think he would definitely be a jersey that people would buy. Would you not say that?
Yeah.
You said that a little hesitant. You don't think people would be locked in on a Russell Westbrook
we're
jersey?
buying that jersey.
I really don't know. And
yes, we're buying that.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be. I'm just saying I don't see him coming here and being a big, Russ is here. Wow, this is great. Let's go to the game. I'm going to buy a lot of his jerseys. Sure, he'll sell a few.
A few? No.
Really?
Yes. He'd lead this team in jersey buys.
Yeah.
Would he?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How many Sabonis jerseys do I need to buy? I have 4. of every flavor.
Clifford will sell
number.
more jerseys than Russell Westbrook.
No, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Well, why?
Stop that. Come on.
As that one guy said, do you even watch the
Right.
games?
That was
You
just
just
Kyle
stop that.
Shanahan,
Yeah.
what are you watching?
Russ has his detractors, but Russ has a ton of fans through the league. He is a bona fide Hall of Famer, as it was Vince Carter, but Vince was at the end of it all. I don't know where Russ is at. I'm not going to say he's at the end of it all because we don't know what the future holds.
Right.
There's a
But he's
lot
near
of
the
people.
end.
If 10
he's close.
He's at least on the 16th hole.
See,
That's
I
a
don't
good
know.
way of putting it.
Yeah, I don't know. What does that mean? He's going to have
Got 16, 17, 18.
right. He's
That's
got
it.
3 more years.
Just really close. to
Okay,
the end.
all right, got you. Okay,
3 years puts him at 20, right? Because he was in, I think, 2007 is when he came in.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're talking long career.
Yeah.
I got to put some miles on him.
Wow.
The one
3
thing
years
that
with the Kings, that would be
the one thing that you cannot say is that he doesn't play hard. That guy plays so hard all the time, no matter what, whether he's
agree.
on. You agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
And what does the lunch pail Sacramento crowd want?
Mm-hmm.
A guy that hustles. We lose our minds whenever a guy dives for a ball. We love it when we see players going, you got a 36-year-old there jumping all over the place, diving for balls. That's a Russell. He don't know how to play any different.
I agree
He
with
is
that.
exactly
100%.
what we would need as far as that's concerned.
By the way, Emran, Steven Torres says, LOL, I just watched that Michael Finley dunk attempt. That was horrible. To say it was a crab walk is overstating it. OMG. And he still missed on a quarter cartwheel attempt. The announcer goes, oh, and a cartwheel.
It's so bad.
Look at that.
The only one that's worse is Daryl Armstrong, who comes and dribbles from half court. You guys YouTube that. I'm telling you, I'm a Rolodex of nonsense, just in case you want to know.
All the bad dunks really stick with you.
So, well, as a guy that can't dunk, I strive for that. That's all I can do. Daryl Armstrong comes in. He's playing for the Magic at the time. He's dribbling. He goes up, and then he does a reverse layup. Literally on the dunk contest.
I remember that. Why was Daryl Armstrong in the dunk contest anyway? Why? Can someone answer? I'm not you guys, but why would he even be invited?
Well, maybe they thought he was going to inspire. By the way, real quick, shout out for my upcoming show, September 26th through 28th, the Sacramento Autograph Expo.
Don't give me another Laker.
Daryl Armstrong's going to be there?
Daryl Armstrong. No, Spud Webb is going to be there.
Okay.
We have Spud Webb.
Right.
Yeah, we have Spud
Now
Webb.
we're talking.
Yes. I thought I would come on, make sure that y'all don't roast me for bringing yet another Laker in.
Wow.
Sacramento Kings legend and 1986 slam dunk champion, 5'7" Spud Webb was going to be there.
That's
Sacramento ain't nothing to be worried about.
More on the Kings. Also, we'll look at the NFL quarterback stock market for this year with Emran Pilati joining us. It's Jay and Whitey, Drive Guy, Sacktown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Dirk Fedorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A little bit of a delta breeze will help to cool temperatures off overnight tonight into the mid to low 60s. We will see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies on Tuesday with temperatures in the mid to low 90s and the chance for a few sprinkles. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Elk Grove Honda is proud of Honda's lineup of trucks and SUVs offering compatibility and versatility to the core. See the exciting new models at Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. And then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's happening for Make This the summer sales event?
Right now, save up to $15,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 crew cabs. The Motor Trend 2025 Truck of the Year.
Okay, but what about those hard-to-find heavy duties?
Right now, save up to $11,000 off MSRP on the hard-to-find brand new 2025 Ram heavy duties. You won't find a better selection of new Rams in California, with over 400 new Rams available and more on the way.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$15,000 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorns after $83.16 factory rebates and $66.84 dealer discounts. Rebates include 10% below MSRP. $2,000 Stellantis financial bonus cash. Must finance with Stellantis. $500 on the job upfit. Must show eligible upfit. $11,000 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 2500 Limited after $2,500 factory rebates and $8,500 dealer discount. Rebates include $500 on the job upfit. Must show eligible upfit. At least 5 of each net savings. Not everyone will qualify for all rebates. See dealer for details.
The Tribe Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Evan Pilati is with us. Jay and Whitey, Drive Guys. Kyle Draper on vacation. We've been talking about the most expensive sports card ever sold. We've been talking about Russell Westbrook and Nick Clifford. By the way, from the 530, I'm buying Nick over Russell Westbrook jersey. I'm telling you, Nick Clifford will sell more jerseys.
Man, that was one of eight text messages that people sent in.
That's the one that jumped out at me. That's the one that happened to be there when I looked.
Yeah, it just happened to be there completely agreeing with me.
Yes. We've been talking about the 49ers and Amari Cooper with the Raiders. So Emron says he wants to go back to what that we talked about on the show today?
The crow versus the owl being intelligent. Okay,
crow,
so the
yes.
two of you were talking about how your wife and you had this friendly disagreement about who is smart versus not. You talked about owls wearing glasses.
Owls, you see like professors. Owls are always professors. Oh, they must be smart. They're not smart birds.
Yes,
but
we
crows
always.
are smart.
You're right. We always do see owls as professors, Whitey.
Yes.
So the thing that you said was, and I think it might have been Jay that said it. Yeah, that was the crows.
No, my wife suggested, the crow winning at tic-tac-toe. Maybe that was practiced over and over and over, and maybe the crow was just doing something.
Let's think about that comment real quick for a second before we move on.
Yes.
If a crow can rehearse to do something, they're pretty dang smart.
Yes. All Sheena was saying, and I know you know her, she was saying they just trained the bird to do something, and it looks like he's thinking of what to do, what moves to make, but he's just making the same moves every time, which I reject.
The fact that we're talking about a bird playing tic-tac-toe through rehearsal should tell you
that's pretty good too.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy had to rehearse it over and over again to agree which way he was going to play tic-tac-toe. Can you believe that, dummy? Yeah, that bird is smart.
Yeah, I think so. Somebody on the text line talked about crows, ravens, and jays are very smart. Rancho Mice actually said that. So
Jay is in the one behind the window?
Jay is even smarter than a bird, I hope.
Right.
We're talking about blue jays, scrub jays, things of that nature.
Got you.
Yes.
The bird's name Jay.
Yes. Right. Yes, they're related to crows.
Got it. I had to make sure that we didn't pass that up. The fact that the rehearsed bird who then practices moves on a tic-tac-toe, pretty smart.
Not very smart. Rehearsed.
Hey, he's not wearing glasses.
Have you seen the video of the dog that learned how to get up on his hind legs and get into the ice maker? You know, in the fridge, sometimes you have ice maker. Yeah. You put your glass in there.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a dog that has learned how to get up there and like hit that bar and take the.
Did you laugh when you saw it?
No, but I laughed inside.
There's only one. This video, again, we're going to YouTube needs to sponsor us because I keep telling you to go to YouTube right now, audience. There's one video that came out. It had been 15, 20 years ago when YouTube started in 2007. It's a monkey sitting on a branch, and he scratches his butt. He smells it, and then puts all his arms are up, and he falls off the branch. You've never seen them? No. It might be the funny. I've seen
funnier
that.
Than Michael Finley.
I've seen no, close. It's tied. But I would tell you that I will watch that video 500 times, and I laugh every single time I see it.
Okay, all right.
I'll
look for it.
You don't have to. Your boy's bringing it up right now.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Hey, that monkey smelling his butt, that's my guy.
Let me bring this up. I know you were hanging out with some Sac State dignitaries.
Yeah, I did. I was. It was incredible.
I mean, big names.
Big
Basketball,
names.
Yeah.
Big names.
Mm-hmm. Shaq is your buddy now. What a surprise. Emerson, the Laker fan, is good friends with who? Shaq.
You mean Sacramento State's general manager?
Yes.
Yeah, he's that first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
The other night, I was able to go to an event at the Sawyer Kimpton. SAC 12 is a group that put this on to raise funds for the Sac State men's basketball program. So I was able to meet a few of the players. I spoke with some of the coaches. I'm in the process of working some potential business dealings with Sac State's athletic department there. So that's exciting, those conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike Bibby, head coach Mike Bibby was there along with general manager Shaquille O'Neal. I was there during the event, and I got to tell you, I'm really excited about Sac State basketball coming up this year.
Yeah.
They have a guy by the name of Mikey Williams. He was on pace before he got in some stuff. He was on pace to be a potential first rounder in the NBA draft a few years back. He's now 21. He's coming to play for Sac State. Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq's son, plays for Sac State. This is an exciting time. They're getting some names in here. They're getting some NIL money in here. So as a casual fan now moving into a fan that's paying attention, don't sleep on Sac State basketball. I think they're going to make some noise this year. And I'm really excited to see what this program's going to look like. Bibby signed a 5-year agreement as their coach.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq looks like he's going to be here for some time working in this. And I will tell you, to have Shaq on a Thursday night or whatever night that was that I was there. Wednesday night, on a Wednesday night. And the reason why I'm troubled with the dates, I'll explain to you in a second. So I was there and watching Shaq actively participate in stuff. I posted a video about it on our Instagram, True Sports Cards, and Shaq was saying, look, I'm giving away this jersey on the auction. If somebody gets to $20,000, I will come to your house and we can have dinner. And the bidding go boom, 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 20,000, 21,000. He sold his jersey signed, and a visit from him to your house for $32,000 is what they raised on that alone. And I was sitting there going, I sell Sac jersey for $200. What am I doing? So I'm just really excited to see that program really take off. And Ray Gallo and Steve Patterson and their group at Sac 12 that's putting this thing together, I'm pretty impressed in what they're doing. So exciting
Sac
times.
12, that's the efforts to get Sac State into the Pac-12, right?
I'm learning about it tonight. I have a meeting after this, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, but I'm excited. I mean, to have college basketball, which is going to see some national level attention here. You know, it's going to be exciting.
See, I think you win because earlier today, Jay was telling us about how he was hanging out this weekend with the mayor of Sacramento and city councilman Roger Dickinson, who's a wonderful guy. But then, that's like, whoa, okay. But you come in with, Mike Bibby and Shaq, I was hanging out with them. So I think you win.
Easy now. They don't know me from anybody. They're just like I remember Bibby one time when I was really younger. He talked to me. I was thrilled. You want to know what he said?
Yes.
He's like, can you move? And because I was in his way when he was trying to walk somewhere.
Right.
So that was awesome.
That's something. I'm sure he remembers that.
He does. I'm sure of it. Can you move? I'm trying to get by. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, I got that in my bag.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And can you talk about some stuff Shaq did with you recently?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah.
That sounded a lot weirder than it needed to be, Whitey. But let's just say that Shaq is a smart business person who is very successful and picks and chooses his battles. And man, I mean, that guy's net worth has got to be close to $1 billion. In that room with all the fundraising that was going on, it was pretty incredible. I was a guest. I could not afford to get my own table there, but like I was a guest and it was just a wonderful event and first class.
Yeah.
For sure. First class is what they've done. So
speaking of autographs and things of that nature, tell us one more time here before we break about your upcoming Autograph Expo.
Yeah, we have a True Sports Cards putting on the Sacramento Autograph Expo that's going to be held at the Fairgrounds in Roseville. It's going to be September 26th through the 28th. You can get your tickets at sacautograph.expo.com. We have all kinds of people. I'll mention a couple of them, some Lakers named James Worthy and Robert Ory. And
James Worthy's like, okay.
You okay with that?
The other
Spud
one,
Webb.
yeah.
Tank Thompson, Rick Barry.
Nice.
We just solidified Fred Biletnikoff. So Fred Biletnikoff, the Hall of Famer from the Oakland Raiders. We also have Frank Gore. Frank Gore moved from Saturday to Sunday, and I got more A's than you can ever believe. As an overachieving kid from Stockton, I'm straight A's with this. I've got 5 current A's that are going to be there. Soderstrom. We've got Max Schumann, Justin Sterner, Carlos Cortez, and we've got Willie McIver. So 5 roster guys right now of the 26-man roster are going to be there at the event. We also have Lance Blankenship. We got Bill North, 1974 World Series champion. I've got Matt Noakes and Lloyd Mosby. I've got Ruthie Bolton. She's going to be signing autographs. So we have a bunch of great players that are going to be there. Matt Stairs, our guy Matt Stairs. That might be a name for you right there,
I like
right?
that one. Matt Stairs.
Little known fact, most teams ever played for in MLB history. I think it's like 14 or 15 teams.
More than my guy Edwin Jackson?
More than Edwin Jackson. But maybe not as many as Chucky Brown. As far as who'd you say?
Chucky B?
Chucky B. Chucky B's been on like 15 basketball teams.
Yeah.
Including probably somewhere on like.
Somebody's got him. Didn't he? When he came on, he was like, somebody just beat him, didn't they?
Oh, Chucky?
Yeah.
I couldn't. Who would it be?
I'd have to check that.
I could have swore when he came on, he was like, somebody just passed me up.
And then Matt Stairs, little known fact, most pinch hit home runs in a career record, 23.
Matty Stairs. What day is Matt Stairs coming?
He's coming on Saturday.
There you go.
From Nova Scotia, Canada.
Nova Scotia. What province is that?
Way up there above Maine.
Yeah. All right. More with Emran and Jay and Whitey. NFL, quarterback, stock up, stock down. If you're a fan, fantasy player, card collector, this is for you next on Sackdown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Dirk Fedorn in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. A little bit of a delta breeze. We'll have to cool temperatures off overnight tonight into the mid to low 60s. We will see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies on Tuesday with temperatures in the mid to low 90s and the chance for a few sprinkles. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 20 top brands and get huge savings during our Labor Day sales event going on now at the Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Avery-Anna. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo with RVs of Sacramento and the Sled Museum of Science and Curiosity. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Stockton Honda cranks up the savings with amazing deals during the Honda Summer Event happening now. Whether you're shopping new or pre-owned, you'll find unbeatable selection, serious savings, and top dollar for your trade. From quick crosstown drives to full-blown road trips. Wherever you're headed, Stockton Honda is ready to help you get there in style. Start your summer adventures at Stockton Honda or StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Drapes and Whitey. Whitey and Drapes. You know the pair, the Drive Guys.
Emerald Pilati is with us. It's Jay and Whitey today. You've got Kyle Draper on vacation. Just to clarify a couple of things we were just talking about. The record for playing for the most NBA teams is 13 teams, 13 different teams. Ish Smith.
Campio bringing the knowledge.
Yes.
No, somebody.
Yeah. And baseball-wise, the record is 14 different teams. There's one, two. It was Rich Hill and Edwin Jackson both played for 14 different teams. And Matt Stairs 12. So he's up there.
So
he's
got
way
passed.
up there. Yeah. But the
boy
record
Edwin.
is 14. And Edwin Jackson, according to this, Jay, and how recent is this? Yeah, this is just in July.
Okay.
Rich Hill and Edwin Jackson.
Yeah.
TR in the YouTube chat toes like, who is this guy talking about me? I'm assuming
he might be saying, who is this guy?
Nah, he's probably like,
who is this guy?
No, he's probably like, who is this guy? That's the, I can see that by the italics that was written in there. TR, my name is Emerald Pilati. I'm the owner of True Sports Cards, and we have a show every Saturday here on Sacktown Sports 1140, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're the only show in the nation that talks about sports cards in any major market. Whitey is my co-host, and we are BFFs.
And I listen on most weeks myself.
Yeah, and Drape's son works. I'm looking at you as we're hosting the show together, and he's just like, what was that?
I give it my all.
Yeah, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. I'm sure that you're really.
It's fun.
Well, you love to party on Friday nights after a long week of you and Drapes on the radio.
Usually the party continues.
You're like this.
Well into Saturday.
You know, I'm heading downtown. He barely gets here on time on Saturdays.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
So we talk about sports cards TR, we'd love to have you if you meant it with, who is this guy? But if you were like, who is this guy? Maybe I'm not.
He's very sensitive. He's very sensitive.
As you can see, I told you I have trauma when it comes to reading YouTube chat.
I'm so excited about football, and I know we still got a ways to go. But I wanted to ask you, Emran, this relates to, cards that maybe we could invest in. If you're a fantasy player, like who to draft, although I know, a lot of drafts I think have already happened. And if you're just a fan, like who to keep an eye on. What quarterbacks in the NFL this year do you feel are like, yes, that's the guy. He's going to take off this year, or conversely, or for whatever reason, like, and stay away from those guys.
It's really interesting to me because I stopped playing fantasy football, not for any other reason. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But the group of guys for the last 20 years that we've been playing together have done things like have children, have a job, don't pay attention to as much as they used to.
What?
So like a lot like our show on Saturdays at 10 a.m. here.
Sorry.
And so you'd have guys that would play people and they were on bye, or they were, or they were injured and they never replaced them. And I was just like, forget this. I don't want to play anymore. So I haven't played the last 3 years, but obviously as a card shop owner, I pay lots of attention to what's going on here. I really think this is going to be
I'm going to write down who I think he's going to say, Jay.
Okay. I think it's a make or break year for this guy.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
I think
I had Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. Yeah. Bo Nix had a great year last year, but Trevor Lawrence, this is going to be they're going to have to make a decision here.
I agree, make or break, but how do you feel? Will he make or will he break?
They gave him all the tools.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got Brian Robinson, Brian Thomas Jr. He's got, some great running backs there. He's got Travis Hunter. Like, what more? I mean, like, this is, you got to make it happen at this point. You got a dynamic receiver in Hunter. You have Brian Thomas Jr., who was an excellent player last year. You have Etienne, who's going to be a running back. Sorry to talk about Jacksonville here in Sacramento, but I'm just saying, like, in general, I think Mahomes is going to have a great year again. Even with Kelsey,
I think he's going to have a better year than last. I think he's going to bounce back.
I think Josh Allen regresses a little bit, not because of him, but maybe because of the core around him.
I think of Joe Burrow. Jay doesn't like him at all.
I know you don't like Joe Burrow, Jay, but unfortunately, this guy's really good. And I think Lamar again is good. I mean, Lamar, when you start stacking Lamar year after year, this guy is top 3 MVP every single year. Although I don't know how much more he's going to run this year because Henry is still running really strong. I mean, when Derrick Henry's leading league in rushing, do we really need to have Lamar out there rushing for 1,000 yards and putting his body at risk? I think the terrible ones that you're going to have all kinds of drama with, and it's going to be a bad year. It's whatever that comes out of the Browns, whatever that looks like, that's going to be a mess. And then
Daniel Jones.
I think that's just going to be a bad situation. And because when you have a shaky number 1 and your number 2 is just as shaky, like, who are you calling for?
Yeah. Jay, who would you say is going to be improving the most, or his status, his play will improve the most from right now to the end of the year? I know a lot of people are saying, I'm not necessarily on this bus, but I'm looking at it, Kyler Murray.
That's an interesting one because I thought about Kyler.
Well, if you look at Kyler, he's always like up. What is he, 5'6"?
Yeah,
something like that.
Help me up. And his answer, up, like back at my son. He's very small.
Yeah.
He's gotten injured a couple times in the last few years. I think that his body is starting to take the toll.
Good point.
Crumble.
Yeah. You guys were also not arguing, but you were saying 14-3 versus, for the Niners. I don't know, because that division.
Yeah, I was just saying I hope 14-3, but I think we're
just
being more realistic, like, like
10-7.
Yeah.
You think it's that low?
11-6.
I'm thinking 12 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking 12 wins.
Yeah.
It's just that defense.
Who you got, Jay?
The two that pop off here at the top of my mind is, I think Baker has one more step.
People still aren't paying attention to him like they should, huh?
Yeah, and that, that division's wide open per usual. I think Baker has just a little more to give. And, he's really grown into becoming, mature and a man and doing his thing.
That's going to be one of the most interesting 49er games this year.
Yeah, it's very, the Niners normally play Baker and Tampa very well, but we'll see. We'll see. And then the second one is, as much as I don't want to, show him no love or give him no, I guess, pat on the back, Dak Prescott's got to bounce back, doesn't he?
Yeah.
To closer to something than what we remember.
He's got Joe Milton III right behind him. That is a good player. In fact, he's the one that got.
Yeah, but Joe's got to. I mean, I understand the arm and all that. Right? Yeah.
Who? What?
They picked up
Pickens.
Pickens, yeah.
Yeah, George Pickens.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too is that Joe Milton was single-handedly the guy that got John Mayo fired because he was running around crushing it for the New England Patriots, and they dropped from number 1 to number 4. One more quarterback that I'm thinking of that's going to be somewhat special. I think that I'm really digging this year JJ McCarthy. I think that you got Jay Jetta as your
stand away.
I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Are you?
I think I would. I mean, if I'm looking for somebody,
might be someone good to collect though.
Yeah, maybe so.
He's collectible now. Yeah, he's collectible now. So,
how much is a Bo Nix rated rookie?
You're just making up stuff now.
Prism? No, I'm not.
Okay, there's no such thing as a rated rookie prism. Let's just start with that.
Actually, there is.
No, it's Optic.
Yeah.
And Donruss.
Okay.
Close.
You should.
That's a prism.
You should listen to Sacktown Sports on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. There's a card show that's
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're correct?
Yeah.
You're looking at me, the expert, in the face and saying that you're correct?
I am. Rated rookie. Yeah.
Prism? You said Prism?
Donruss Optic. Yeah.
That's not what you said.
Okay.
I feel like I'm talking to Draper right now.
I'm trying to help you out on your
Help
score.
me.
Yeah. Thanks for being with us. We're back with you tomorrow. Some of us are. I don't know about Emery, but you can catch him at his store.
Hey, who is this guy?
Thanks for listening. Stick around because we've got, I think it's the GR Sports Brief show next on Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Good for it.